told y'all I was gonna come back with my introduction. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first, second, third, fourth, fifth cousin, your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents, your great grandparents, your stepmother, your stepdad, your mom and dad, your brother. I don't care what it is. I don't care where you from. Represent your hood, your street, from the backwoods to the dirtwoods, from the little bitty towns. I don't care what state you from, what country you from, what continent you from. Represent your flags, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the world. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come out here today on Di-RRec Gaming, a special epic show. It's a slow cooker. Man, we ain't going nowhere. We about to cover so much ground. It's going to be insane. I got an awesome panel. You already know. I got a guest on the show. Island J Gaming is back. We got Crazy Luke coming in. As soon as he gets off the I got the mighty chat in the. And with no further ado, I'm not even going to do what you know to do. We're going to get this show started. Let's go.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Y'all got y'all's tea. Y'all good? Everybody's good? How y'all doing tonight, man?
Great, man. Pretty good. I'm good. Playing games.
Let's get it.
I want to
Friday
say
night,
shout out
enjoying
to
the
30
weekend.
Below, Other Zinc, Sam Chance Gaming. Y'all in for a treat. Island J, yo, I tell you what. I tell y'all what. I was gonna come in here with the bad news first. I'm still gonna do the bad news first. But
Sure.
Island J, you guessed, man. We got mics for you. Thank you for showing up tonight. I know it's off your schedule. So I'm gonna bounce from you to Rez, so Rez don't go to sleep on us. I hope Spar 117 is lit. Cass, you next. My man from Live from the Streets is here. It's a great time to be around my comrades. I got all these mics, man, and I don't know what to do with them. Shout out to the mighty chat, Pat. Let's go, Island J. Swing first, man.
Yeah, I mean, the news today was very interesting. I would say is the Denton era. But like any era, any era that we know, does always come to an end. I mean, there's a lot of persons who is happy right now that Phil is out, but we have to remember that at the end of the day, Phil had a very long run. 38 years is nothing to scoff at. He outlasts most of the CEOs of his generation. Reggie Fils-Aimé, Jim Ryan, Doug Bowser, so many CEOs he outlasted. So the mere fact that he is retiring, and I'm hearing that Sarah Bond is also going. I don't know if it's because of loyalty or if it is she got retrenched. I don't know the news. However, I would say just like how one era ends, another one begins. So I would like to dub this era the rise of the Phoenix. So that's my opening comments. Somebody else take it.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to just jump right into it right away, but we kind of saw the writing on the wall, right? There was rumors last year that Phil was retiring, and then they came out and said, no, he's not. He's going to be here for a while. I think the cat was already out of the bag, and that was kind of our warning that, like, hey, Phil is retiring soon. And I was actually talking to Legal about this. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show. I think I did. But I said that would make sense for him to go out on the 25th anniversary because he's been in the company for almost 4 decades. I mean, that's a long time for anybody, considering like to be in a career for. And that just goes to show that he had such a passion for the technology and gaming, and he loved doing his work, doing what he did. And this was the right time for him. We saw it coming, right? The Sarah Bond I did not see coming. I mean, I know she's been there for a while, but everyone thought that she was going to be Phil's successor, right? And it from what bouncing off what Island J said, her exit was already kind of planned as well. She actually had a LinkedIn post. You could check it later. Some people have posted it on Twitter already and what she said. But this new shift, I think, is good in the long run. And I know Legal was actually waiting a long time for this because he wanted the direction to change too for Xbox.
Yeah.
A better way to fresh new person, somebody who's young, right? And what are when we are young, right? We're hungry, right? We're passionate. We have a drive that people when you start to get older and you kind of wind down, you don't have that fire anymore, not like you used to anyway. Things kind of change as you get older, but she's starting off fresh, right? Like, and she's got experience. She's been in one action of all of her career path so far. She's worked in different various companies. She's worked for Home Depot. She did work for Microsoft, actually starting off in marketing. So that could be another plus as well, because what Microsoft's always lacked in is marketing. So to have somebody who's got more of expertise and passion for that can also contribute to it. So it's like I said in previous shows, and I even put this on Twitter, this is literally the end of an era for PlayStation and the beginning of a new era for Xbox. And it's kind of funny how like it kind of come to fruition that I didn't even know about this, and I said that and I had a feeling, and then like this happens, that it just kind of more cements what I've felt is that not only did they need a strategic change in a way that they approach how they do their business, but they also needed a leadership change. So they're basically doing everything they can to try to shift Microsoft and Xbox in the future in the right direction, right, and to achieve their visions. Whether or not they go back to the ways of old, like Legal wants, I don't know. For me, it seems like they've already completely gone this direction towards their anywhere, play anywhere, any device, multi-platform strategy. So it doesn't make sense for them to kind of reverse and kind of turn around and go back to the old.
I got an idea though. How about we mix some of the old with the new? That's what we need.
I was gonna get to that, Lou. I was gonna say that. So I think with her coming into the picture now, it's not gonna be just full on like what you were just saying, where it's just full on the current strategy, keep it as is. I think she's going to try to bring back some good qualities of what worked in the past and what works now, and bring them together and culminate it into one solid unified strategy, right? That would make the most sense, right? So I'm actually excited for this. It's sad always for me to see Phil go, because he's built this for a long time, right? Like we've been comfortable with him, right? Like he's kind of started this whole thing, and he brought it back from the Don Matrick era, right? He kind of turned the business around, and of course, people were not happy with all the decisions he made and with what Microsoft made. I think some of those weren't his decision, like they were Satya's and like the other executives kind of pulling his strings. So I don't think everything was chosen by him. But for what he did, he made a lot of big changes for good, I think, for gaming, in a direction that I wish Sony and Nintendo would take. But I get that they're just going to run their business their own way, and it's not gonna happen. So I'm over the moon, honestly, because yes, it's sad to see Sarah and Phil go, but at the same time, this can be that huge shift, this huge change that we want to see Xbox do and go in their own direction, and hopefully succeed and bring something new to the table, like a fresh perspective. But I'll go ahead now. That's my take on it right now. But I'll pass the mic over to the crazy one, Mr. Louie here. What's up, buddy?
Where my fire pill chances at? I don't see them anymore. Where are they? I'm looking for my fire Phil chanters. I mean, I miss them fire Phil chanters. Now over here crying because Phil Spencer's leaving. Now they're crying. But y'all wanted him fired. What's going on? I'm still waiting for them. It's what time is it? It's 10, 11 p.m. here. I'm still waiting for them to say something. Oh, what they're doing is crying out. Oh, you saw it coming, huh? Okay. So fire Phil and stuff. And yeah, nobody ever talks about what Phil did good for Xbox. That's what media did. That's what all these bunch of people did out there. But we all know what he did good. We understand 100%. And to be honest, so as more and more I read into the CEO, because little by little, you start to read, you see more and more and more about what she plans to do, where she's gonna head to, what's gonna come up. And like I said, why don't we mix some of the old with the new? Fantastic, do that, because we need spice. We need things to come back. We need that energy. We need that to come back at least right now. Same thing with the marketing, as you mentioned, though. We need marketing back. We need more aggressive stuff out there so we can go out there, and be the way we always been, cheering for the box, cheering for Xbox, cheering for the community, trying to keep the community, with us happy and everything, because that's what we got to do. We got to keep them happy, because at the end of the day, everyone out there lies. They lie about Phil. They lie about Sarah, their plans. Xbox is dead because they went third party. They lost their identity. They did this. They did that. I'm like, but y'all don't understand, right? This generation, nobody has identity. What are you talking about? The only one that has identity, if you want identity, go to Nintendo if you want that identity. But if you look at PlayStation has lost their identity. I mean, just 3 days ago, look where we're at. Look where we're at. I mean, they closed down the studio because they had 6 years without doing nothing, right? And so now we see articles of Xbox being dead, it's gonna die. We saw Kotaku post that out there, just to tell everybody, oh, it's dead because they got a new CEO. But wait, Sony changed 4 CEOs in the last 10 years. What was that energy at when it came down to it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, though, look, I like this lady for what I'm reading about. I'm liking her even more for what she's saying out there, and I'm gonna keep on looking forward to what she says, though. I'm gonna keep on looking forward for what she brings. And if she does have that spice, it's going to get better for us at the end of the day. It will. It will. If she brings up that spice, she brings up all that energy that she has. And I love how she's talking to the community. I love how she's trying to get connected. And I love she's taking advice from Major Nelson and a lot of people out there, because at the end of the day, though, that's what you got to do. You got to listen. You got to open your eyes, and you got to pay it forward and go for it. Reach for it. Fight these corporates. Right? If you got to fight them. Because look, a lot of people believe that the corporates are handling things from behind. But now you got to show them that you can handle the corporates and you can keep on paying it forward. Kick ass and keep going. That's what I want. And that's what I'm seeing from this lady right now. I'm reading through a lot of the stuff. I just read a long email from her, and I'm like, wow. Sometimes you may see it. Oh, this is CEO talk. Oh, she's saying all this stuff. But listen, it could be CEO talk or not, but at the end of the day, for what I'm seeing, what I'm reading the room, she's looking feisty, and I'm liking this.
She seems like she wants to put the focus back on the console again, which is good.
Yeah, she not only focus back on the console, she wants to focus it on the Xbox fans. That's the most important thing you got to do. Focus on that. Get the ones who went out there, like I said, were my fire Phil chanters out there, and shut them the hell up and keep on going and keep on. That's what you gotta do.
Like our buddy Cap Gamer.
Nah, we don't. That's not our buddy. That's the guy out there who just spewing out crap because he got destroyed in 2014. He's a has-been. He's nothing out there. But there's a lot out there that that has to go. There's a lot out there right now that they really need to go ahead and shut them up and keep on going and say, this is what we have. And one thing she said, though, real important. I know Lego's going to mention this because he told me about it earlier 20 times. And since I've read the long email, sat here, read it, because I was going through a lot of my stuff. Because, right now, she said something real important. She said the next 25 years. She said it. And I do believe that if she says it and she can pull it off, she's going to do it, because she's really feisty, and I'm happy that she's going to actually cook all this stuff. And I know a lot of people are worried that, things might change, things are going to go downhill, blah, 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 because, of course, they got to put that mean energy out there, right? But at the end of the day, we've seen this generation change completely. And at hey, listen, the change is for the better. Because look, we got Play Anywhere, we got Game Pass, we got a whole bunch of shit happening as of this moment. And again, the change is for better. That's it. I'm seeing that she's gonna do something good. I really do hope so. She does, with all my heart, because at the end of the day, we need feistiness. We need this back. It's time to mix the old with the new and get it going. Let's go.
The most important thing about this new CEO, she's young and she's got energy.
Ah,
She's
but
she's very AI
mm-hmm,
focused, and that's what we need.
mm-hmm.
She's
Y'all are
gonna
killing me,
tear
man.
some asses up, bro. She's young.
Y'all
That's why
killing me, man.
What
she's
you
young. I
you
like
you've
that.
been killed to it? Oh Lord, you think this is gonna
Y'all
come
killing
back?
me.
Now
Cash,
we're
you
gonna
up
study it.
next. Give
He's
me
got.
some hope.
What did we give you some hope? We have not been hopeless here. We are
Yo,
actually cheering for this lady. What are
Give
you
me some
talking
hope.
about?
what's up, brothers? How y'all guys doing? Listen, my whole opinion of this change is just I know Phil, he's been around for a long time, but the thing is, I mean, best of luck to him. But I think I admit I thought that day was gonna last it out until the 25th anniversary. Then he was gonna make his exit. But he went, faster than we thought. We all knew this was going to happen eventually, right? He talked about it last year. He talked about, but everywhere he went, when he went to Japan, places he went, he always had Sarah with him. And I really thought she was going to get the keys to the next thing. But hey, that's all right. She's going to go on and do what she's going to do. And then we're going to get the new CEO in there, which they're hiring from within, which is good. And as long as they don't forget, like we said, where we came from the core is the brand is the Xbox, and keep that in mind instead of doing all these different things at the same time. When you spread yourself too thin, I just think that you can lose a little bit of identity. And I
Hmm.
think they might have just kind of like went astray just a little bit. I like what they're doing though. I like what they're doing first party. We can't complain about that because remember when we didn't have that. But now first party is popping like no tomorrow now. So we'll just see where that goes. And I really hope that it kind of does go back to kind of the way that it was. But keep in mind that we got AI, we got all these things now. Things are going to start to spread out a little bit because they're going to want to make they're going to want to make money. They're going to put things in places where everybody can get a chance to play. Um, Still, and they're not going to just totally go away from that. But getting back to the brand is really where it's at. So that I mean that's my opinion on it. I didn't want to see Phil go. I thought Phil being there was really great because he had all the CEOs. He was the longest tenured CEO in the history of gaming. And with that,
Yes, it
and
is.
then
Yes.
also, yeah, and not only that, he was an actual gamer. Like some of these guys, they just get ahead and they just talk these numbers. He was actually gaming, so he could relate to a lot of things that us gamers go through and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean that's all I got to say about it. And best of luck to the woman named Asha coming in there, and I hope that Xbox remains solid because I'm telling you, next gen is gonna be we're gonna see some stuff that we ain't seen. We definitely gonna see some stuff that we ain't seen. But yeah, I just want to talk about this whole Sony front, man. I mean, this is really something. I mean, people look at the Bluepoint
Right.
situation. And bro, like first of all, we knew that this would eventually happen. We just didn't know when. But the thing is, you can't be surprised by this move. Sony, it's just another day at the office. That's what we've been doing all gen, closing
Mhm.
studios, canceling games. So it shouldn't be a surprise. It's just the fact that you wouldn't have thought it would have been Blue Point so soon, maybe. Because when you look at the situation, they're talking about PS6, they're talking about all this stuff coming in the future. So then you go and you drop and off and you cut the best remaster studio that you had, and you don't got no first party clicking. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty tough for them. Good luck with you can kiss all those dead franchises goodbye. Resistance, SOCOM, they're dead officially now. That's not those are not going to be coming at all. At
Yeah,
all.
but
That's hope.
as you said that, I thought the 90 million ship would have saved Bluepoint. What about the 90 million? I mean, couldn't
I
that
thought
save them?
console sales were everything, right, Island?
Hey man,
Yeah,
I mean, shoot,
yeah,
them
what
them,
about
them
the 90
console
million,
sales,
man?
they out there. But I'm saying if you don't have anything to play on those consoles, and what's your revenue? Your consoles up, but your revenue's in the toilet. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
It's
what
a
are you doing?
sickness.
What are you doing? And you gotta remember, like,
That's something.
you
That's
got
something.
companies, you got companies like Bungie coming in here bullying Sony to tell them that don't make a game, and that
You
shit should have
see,
never got canceled.
a lot of persons have to realize that the gaming business changed. The gaming business is not the same how it used to be in the PlayStation 4 generation, in the PlayStation 3 generation. There are more persons, playing. There are more things that will take attention away from kids, from adults. So in order for the gaming market to grow, innovation must be good games. Great games should be there, but innovation should be also on the top of the priority. So that guess what? So that persons could see that let me try this new game. Let me try this new console. Let me see what
Thank
new
you.
have in gaming. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what a lot of persons not understanding. Sony have the same old model that they had for a long time. They are now trying to deviate a little bit by putting out things on PC, by putting things on Xbox, by putting things on. But really and truly, PlayStation core is the same. And if it is, they don't change, and we can see very clear that the market is changing, then guess what? They're out of here. They would be out of here.
I'm so
But
glad
see
that
what's going
y'all.
to happen now? They're going to be forced to
I'm
go
so
multi-class because, like
Legal,
Denton and
legal,
PC.
legal wants
Pretty
some
soon they're
hope.
going to
Y'all
be
giving
forced.
them hope.
Hey, let them
Hey,
go. Let them go hope.
I'm trying, bro. Because y'all,
hey, and let me
y'all,
just shout out really quick to Drawn TJ. Hey,
y'all been on
buddy.
social media too much, man.
Our friend Drawn TJ's got a donation.
Why are you doing
Yeah,
this, Religion? You know, Leo's gonna be here talking for 2 hours. Won't let us speak anymore.
I'm trying to tell you. You already know I'm
Hey,
coming off the top rope. I'm gonna give
hey,
y'all this. Because let me tell
Let's
y'all
hear.
something.
Leo,
Realist is my shadow.
I'm
Realist is my shadow. Realist
Hey,
already
before you
knows.
guys continue, let me call out Drawn TJ really quick. He's
that's
got
what
a
I'm about to say.
$5
Shout out to John
donation.
TJ.
He says
Go
she
ahead,
is
baby.
the shake up
Hey, man, let
Xbox
her shout
news.
out the
What's up,
super chat.
everyone?
Yup, and that ain't all. He's got another one. I'm about to put it up here. He's got another one. Give me a second. It's right here.
No.
Y'all got my man.
G4
Y'all
in
got
the
my man.
building.
Others in here, bored as hell. Y'all are. We coming. I'm coming off the top rope, man. Y'all been on the social media too much.
Me? Hell yeah.
Read
I
this
was
off.
reading.
Read
I
this off.
was
Read this
reading
off.
all that shit today. You sent me. I had to be on social
I
media.
got you.
You sent me like 3,000 messages. Like,
I'm
look at
being
this.
nice.
Look at this. I'm like, oh god.
I'm going. Yo, read that off so I can come off this top rope.
What top rope? What are you gonna?
It's the same
Man,
message.
we already
It's
read
not.
that, man. But shout
It's the
out,
same
shout out
one.
to John TJ though, man. Shout out to John TJ.
I say that we
No,
need
man.
that. We need the spiciness. That's
Here you
what
go.
it
I'm
says.
sorry. I'm
He's
sorry.
got another $2 donation. She should bring back features that we want.
Exactly.
Facts.
Bring
You know
shit
what?
back that we
I love it when
love.
Xbox people
She
speak
could.
and they have ideas for Xbox. Because here it go to my guests. Yes, Crazy Lou. We family. These are my family guys that are on other platforms putting in their work. Right?
Hey,
Nothing but respect to the Mighty Chat Pack. Your boy's coming out the top rope. Realist is my shadow. I gave my panel a chance. I am not satisfied, but every one of them hit on key little elements. But here's the breakdown. I told you I'm coming with the bad news first.
what's the bad
So
news?
everybody wants to wonder why things are shutting down, right? Everybody wants to wonder what's going on. But when I look on social media, I see no explanations. I see no explanations, and games came in too late, so they can't talk. No explanations nowhere, right? But everybody has a question. But residents, you are my witness. I did all this on purpose. This thing, Alan J, this
Yeah.
article that I'm about to read came out in February 16th. So nobody can say, oh, Legal's putting out something early. No, this is February 16th.
Yeah.
And this is not an American article. This is come Japan. The name of the article that I'm reading is called Japan News. All right? Japan News. It don't get no better than that, people. So let's it was 2 days ago, everybody. Let's go back.
Where are we going back?
Sony's entertainment focus becomes even clearer. Shifts away from consumer products, Mark's move towards entertainment. So all there that don't understand what Sony and what else you got that's close, then you don't know what because
Legal. Hold up a second. Legal.
what is it, man? I'm about to cook. You had time to
talk. That's not the thing, though. You keep cutting out. What the hell are you cooking? You're like, we don't understand what you're saying, man.
Yeah, breaking up a little bit. I think your mic's something wrong with your mic.
Yeah,
okay. Hold on.
I have to stop you there for that, man.
Okay, how do I sound?
Now you sound better.
Good. Much better.
My friend, I'm gonna be playing my little. I'm not even gonna tell you this.
All right. All y'all mute y'all's mics.
Go for it.
Everybody mute their mics. It could be something going. I might be feeding back on somebody. I don't know.
Oh, you're good.
It could be games trailers because he out there in the boondocks of New York somewhere.
With Pokemon shirt, remember? Pokemon shirt.
All right, mute yourself, Lou. Mute yourself.
Okay, I'll mute myself.
All right, I want and y'all buzz in if I'm bouncing. Okay, let me know if I'm bouncing. All right, this comes from the Japan News article. So you're not going to get all this stuff that you see on the internet. You're not going to get all this goofy ass articles and stuff, right? Y'all ain't going to get that. So this article was written February the 16th. Sony's entertainment focus becomes even clearer. It shifts away from consumer products, Mark's move towards entertainment, okay? So Sony Group Corp has continually been downsizing, all right? So what am I reading, y'all? It's continually downsizing. Now, what are they downsizing? Oh, let's take a look. It's once stellar consumer electronic business and clarifying its shift to the entertainment industry, which includes what? Games and music. So why is everybody confused? Because you lack the knowledge. You out here listening to these goofy ass articles out here that ain't never told y'all the truth, that just play games with y'all. And I'm specifically talking to the donkeys because they're eternally lost out here. They don't know what to do. They listening to these dumbass YouTubers. They listen to everybody lying to them. But Sony's been downsizing, and it includes the game and the music side of them. Last month, the company announced that it would spin off its television business. Oh, so that's what happened. Oh, following that announcement, it decided to end shipments of Blu-ray discs. Recorders, did y'all know about that? Look at all this stuff that they stopping. Sony's business
reconstruction. Talk about that too. Go.
Sony's business restructuring is proceeding at a rapid pace. What? Not a slow pace. Island J, my panel, Lou, Mighty Chat, but it's doing it at a rapid pace. Worth noting off limits. With nothing off limits. With nothing off limits. I just remember not too long ago, everybody was giving Phil the shits about saying, hey, no red line, no nothing. Anything can go. But that was with gaming expansion. This is about reconstruction, the whole damn business, and nothing is off limits. So it withdrew from Blu-ray. The announcement of the end of the shipments came on February 9th. The company official website, we will stop shipping all models. All models. There will be no successful models. So that's it for the Blu-ray. That's it. The end of an era for Sony, and Blu-ray is done. Blu-rays used to be successful media format in the 2000s, right? It was competed for dominance with the HD DVDs. We know the story. I'm not even going to go into all of that. However, changes in consumer viewing, Island J. Oh, so what's happening out here, people? The consumer is changing its habits and have drastically changed the situation. So it's the people out here that are reaching in their pockets, deciding what they want to spend their money on. That has drastically changed for Sony.
Oh, TikTok. Remember the TikTok tweet, Famo? Keep cooking.
the spread of video streaming services, like Lou just said right there, and the rise of large capacity storage drives has led to a decline in demand of the Blu-ray disc. So let's stop right there for a second. Didn't I used to tell them, realists, that every good company has every 30 years to 25 years, something else comes along and take.
You're backing out.
Okay. Every 25 to 30 years, I used to tell realists this. PlayStation had a good damn run. It's on its 30th year. So as a matter of fact, it's done an excellent job with how it's campaigned itself. But no company in the history of companies lasts longer than that on a peak level. You can't last longer than that because technology is forever evolving. And this is why PlayStation is staying like Anna J to the old method, because it's telling you that it can't evolve and keep up. So what happens is another company comes in with a better idea, a brand of technology, and it takes over. So what the problem with these donkeys is, they think PlayStation is supposed to be on top forever. They don't understand how this works. So they're going to be let down. I told them this, 25 to 30 years run, Anna J, and something else is happening. We know this because Apple took over with the iPad, with MP3s and all this stuff. They had their run. Then Samsung came in. And they doing their thing. Nothing stays the same. And so what realists used to make fun of me of and laugh at me is because when Cloud came out, I gravitated to Cloud. Mute yourself. I gravitated to Cloud. And I said, really? Future, that's going to be the next big thing. And I'm going to ride with it. I'm going to ride with it, man, because it's going to allow Microsoft to expand. Now, they had to protect it. So they protected it during the Xbox One era. And look, it lasted from 2013 to now, and look at it. It just got released out of beta last year. So this no off-limit thing, Sony's stance on business reconstruction became clear with my man, right? Hiroki Totoki, that's my guy, who became president in 2023. He was the first truth teller, began serving as chief executive officer in April 2025. At a briefing in February 2025, Totoki suggested that nothing would be off limits. He told these idiots this, others Inc. See, the problem with the donkeys is they don't even listen to their own leaders. So if they don't listen to their own leaders, how lost do you think they are? They're really, because this is your Sony guy telling you this. This ain't the new legal. This ain't crazy new.
Okay, Famo, you lost a little bit. I think it's when you kind of like get too emotional. You kind of hit back and forth.
Okay, here it goes.
Yeah. Keep it chill. Keep it chill.
Okay,
yeah,
here it goes.
What's happening though? Because I'm not seeing you
at the briefing, right? He told them in 2025 of February last year that nothing would be off limits. So the problem with them is they don't listen to their own leadership, just like they didn't listen to Jim Ryan. When Jim Ryan told them, look, guys, now that ABK deal is done, our only hope now is live service games. They gave him the middle finger and he retired. Now look at them. The only thing that's going to save PlayStation is, you guessed it, live service games. And your exclusives. You can't even make exclusives fast enough. That's the problem. They can't even make them fast enough. Naughty Dog has yet to make a game this generation. So look, we see our portfolio as a dynamic.
Yeah, it's been 11 years new legal since they dropped a new IP.
We see our portfolio as dynamic rather than static, and will continually review it, Totoki said. Right? The reconstruction also extends to Sony's former mainstay television business, which they lost. Went to Bravia. 51% joint venture.
51%. That was
exactly.
That's what the smell legal. That's what the smell started to smell even more funkier. That's like I always say. Every time I see stuff like that, I even talked about it on my show. I said, fair warning, this is not good. And if people are like, yeah, let's go. Okay, you keep believing that. 51%. Okay,
51%, bro.
Keep going.
So I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna speed all of this up because I'm still coming off that top rope. I ain't hit the ring yet. Sony is expected to continue. I'm giving you more bad news, donkeys. Sony ain't gonna stop. They're gonna continue developing technologies in areas such as video devices and image sensors. What, legal? Wait a minute, hold on. Alan J, did I say they're gonna continue developing the gaming? Y'all stop me if you ever hear the word gaming. Sony is expected to continue developing technologies in areas such as video devices and image sensors as the company remains competitive in these areas and the technologically synergize with the entertainment sector. Bye-bye, PlayStation. Like, checkmate. PlayStation's going to become a flea market.
Family,
New legals never lied to y'all.
Family, you're forgetting another thing though. And you forgot to mention though. Can I bring it in though with this one, or you want to cook? You want to cook the last one because I think you're missing.
Come on in. I just wanted to bring the bad news, but I'm still falling.
Oh, but you forgot the biggest bad news. I didn't react to it right before Bluepoint.
I'm gonna. That's coming late. That's coming.
Okay. I'm about to say you forgot about that though.
But that was my ending. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, because that's the result of all of this, Lou. There you go. Good job. That's the result.
No. It's how about Bluepoint? No. Legal. You forgot the major thing that was announced out there a day before Bluepoint. That after that news came out, Christopher Judge, you know who Christopher Judge is, the one boy. He came out there, right? He was like, yeah, we're going to do no God of War. And I even said that in the morning show. I said he's covering up for what Sony said yesterday. And then after he was like, boy, we're going to do God of War. After that, we got the big punch, which was Bluepoint. The thing is, illegal, they said, in order for them to face the RAM crisis, guess what they're going to do?
Bring it closer, baby. What is it? Yeah. What it, Lou? Yeah. I get all of this. That's right. I posted about it.
Yeah, you posted about it. What they're gonna do?
But they're gonna raise them prices up on their asses. They're gonna raise them prices up on their asses.
I mean, that tells you how this organized a company is.
Right.
That they cannot take the faults for that,
now,
and they gotta charge and stuff.
Now hold on, Lou.
That's crazy.
Remember, Alan J. Remember everybody.
Yeah.
How much smoke Xbox got over Game Pass just to find out that Game Pass didn't do nothing but grow. After all of that smoke about the price being raised up on Game Pass grew. Now look, prices are going up on a fan base that doesn't even buy games. Xbox brand. What hope do you think? What money are you gonna bet on the PlayStation fans that they're gonna dig themselves out of this hole when they go after Herman Schultz, right? They go after him. They say fire him. For every idiot that said that, right? They're trying to deflect on the problem that is them. They are the problem of PlayStation, not Herman Schultz. Bro,
it's a PlayStation.
Right, you are the consumer, dummy.
Exactly.
The consumer is supposed to buy the product. If you want PlayStation to be PlayStation, like Yoshida told you, buy the damn new games that they put out. The problem is y'all haven't done that yet.
No, because
it don't matter what game comes out, you're supposed to go support it.
Family, you remember what I've always said? Family, you remember what I've always said? What are the two things that are going to kill PlayStation? Two things that are going to kill it. What is it? You know what I always say, this is the truth. The PlayStation fanboys and social media is the thing that's going to kill it in general. Because family, after we got the Bluepoint noise, what a whole situation, what happened today? Who came out with the bright idea to say, hey, PlayStation 5 sold the most in January? I was like, right now, at this very moment, seriously? And then you saw them kind of shift today. I'm like, there you go. Now the social media is depending on
because Lou, that's the brainwashing that goes on.
Exactly, the brainwashing that goes.
Right. I just read something here. The reconstruction of Sony as a whole, and it has nothing to do. The main areas of technology has nothing to do with gaming. So, Alan J, what does that tell you about PlayStation 6? See, you have to look at when you read stuff. You study it. You don't just read it and go off about your business.
Am I hearing me?
They're not going to be invested in leading tech for that PlayStation 6. Now you got these donkeys that are sitting there and tell you, man, it does matter, dummy, because you were the ones that were always talking about power narratives. You were the ones that were always talking about the best place to play, the graphics and all of this. You had the dumbass gaming media backing y'all up with foliage and all of this other stuff. That it's not even about what makes games great. Y'all did that. So you're gonna die by that sword, like I told y'all. Well, we're not cutting you no slack. We don't measure Xbox success the same way we do PlayStation. So I don't want to hear about Xbox, right? Because Xbox is dead. So why are we even looking at Xbox? No. We're going to keep our eyes right on PlayStation. And my question to y'all is, where are your games at? Why you only got one AAA game out of the third-party studios a year? Why are Xbox games in your top 10? Why are the Xbox 10?
Am I can hear me? Am I can hear me?
Why are they lingering? And they linger in your top 10 because the world don't play PlayStation games. And now you are not enough. It's starting to happen. Now the little bank is starting to happen. They just admitted to you. They got to downsize everything. No, I cannot hear you, Games Heroes. I cannot hear you.
No, you can't hear me?
I can hear you now, but hold on.
We can hear you now. Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. It worked. It worked. It worked. All right.
We're gonna say games. Go for it, Cook.
So now you got all this downsizing going on, and Phil Spencer was in the. Now we're gonna get to this. Phil Spencer, like my panel said, was already getting his transition to retire. The man's been in the game for 38 years. I'm not gonna miss him like that. I look at Phil Spencer as somebody who pioneered for everybody. He didn't just pioneer for Xbox. He pioneered for the indie. He made sure the developers were going to be good. See, now everybody sees the goodness in what Game Pass does for these developers, what the idea at Xbox does for Xbox. He was the one that made sure Satya Nadella didn't get rid of the Xbox division. He spoke up on gaming. He's a gamer. He put this, when you're building a championship team, he built that championship team. Now, are there some he went all the way? Of course not. Deep down, I'm an Xbox fan. I don't mind the multi-platform strategy. We preached it here. But that was never my issue. My issue was, why are we not addressing this dead culture field within the Xbox community?
Yep.
The Xbox fans feel lifeless out here because we see the glory of our games, right?
Exactly.
Games that we made possible. We made these games possible for everybody to play, but we're getting nothing in return. And out of that, Phil Spencer was trying to make a happy place and a console space, which is against the culture of console space. Listen, the console space isn't a happy space. It's an angry, competitive, delusional space. And what you do in that delusion, like Alan and Jay say, you make your brand shine. You don't tell me in Redfall. This is where Phil Spencer lost me. Doing Redfall situation, and he came out on Paris' show, and he told Paris, right, that there's nothing that he can do, no matter what, no matter if they make great games, there's nothing that Xbox can do to build off of that. So if you say that, then to me as an Xbox fan, what else do I need to look forward to? If the leader of Xbox feels that way, what do I feel as an Xbox fan moving forward, right? And I felt the whole community. So my man Emmanuel A1 in the building. We got New Legal preaching and Pastor J on the pod together. Let's go. Phil and Sarah will be missed, but Xbox will go on. See?
Exactly.
See, I need that kind of talk. I need that kind of talk. Because as much as we loved it, you wasn't included. Everybody else was included on Xbox. See, when you have PlayStation fans saying, look, we get it, right? And because look, the realist said it. Microsoft is going to meet them where they're at. I get that strategy. We get it. But you have to excite your base first. Xbox fans don't really care, right? We play our games. But
Exactly.
when you give our games away that we built, see, you gotta give yourself credit, Lou, right? You reached in your pocket and you made sure that game sold millions. Island J, you reached in your pocket. Cash, you reached in your pocket. You're the reason those Xbox games are able to
exactly. We're the reason why Xbox is still here, because we're the one who keep on talking about it.
Come on, baby. Come on.
That's so. That's the thing, though, and that's what. Man, I'm telling you, we're the reason why it's here. We're the reason why we go on here, talk about it, because listen, with all the crap that's going out there, we're the one who's keeping it as positive as it can be.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's the truth. So when I saw this, right, at first I was like, okay, well, look, I'm all down for tit for tat. If an Xbox game goes over to PlayStation, then what are we gonna get for it? When I saw that wasn't happening, and I could see Phil as a good guy. You know, I see Phil as a good guy. I see it. And I see what happened with the FTC. I saw that Microsoft really scares its competitors to death, because the whole thing was, what are y'all going to do? Take all the games and nobody else gets them? So that showed me that they were scared. They were scared that Microsoft, if they took the games, that their companies were going to die off. So this notion that Xbox isn't powerful is the greatest lie out there. They are afraid of
sure was scared, that's for sure.
Right, they're scared of this thing, y'all.
Yep.
And so when I hear, and we never got this address from Phil, because Phil didn't embrace the culture of console gaming. He embraced gaming, but his gaming embracement reminded me more of the PC element, in which he comes from that. And I understand that. We talked about that on DIRREC Gaming. But when it came to the console, he called it toxic. He called it tribalism. He didn't understand. It's not. It's a passion.
I'll tell you something, DIRREC. I'll tell you something as you said that, right? You see, every gamer wants to feel like they are being treated as, in Phil words, first, how to say it? A first-person citizen.
First class.
Right? Yeah, first-class citizen, right?
First class.
So I have no problem with what Microsoft was doing as a whole, which is some of these games that would have lasted its time on Xbox. No one is buying it again. The player count is down. Okay, like Forza Horizon, put it over to on PlayStation. That way, that game could get more life. And guess what? You could entice persons from another platform to see, here what, we build great games over here. The sequel is coming day one on our platform.
There you go.
Come across here.
That's it. Yeah.
You don't want to lose your identity, because guess what? Although Game Pass is good, not everyone would support Game Pass.
Exactly.
But your core audience, the one who rep for it, the one who you know, they only have money to buy one console.
Right.
That customer, you want to tell that customer, here what we are doing for you. We are putting our games day one. Other places will get it a year, 2 years down the road.
Right.
So that way now, you are special. You get it first, you get it on Game Pass.
That's right.
You get it.
Right.
But you see, that is what the leadership team in Microsoft was not thinking. If it is you break down your core audience, they don't feel like if they are getting something special, they don't feel like if it is they are treated special. Obviously, you would see that, how to say, degradation of persons, you know, repping for your console. The mind share will start to decrease. You know, everything, the whole atmosphere around your platform will start to decrease. So this is what they did, and I hope that the new president, they are right now brainstorming as to how they can make things better. I hope they are looking at all of these directions so that they could talk to the core Xbox fans.
Exactly.
Jay, real quick. Yeah. What can they do? All right, they already opened up the can of worms and started putting games on Game Pass. I'm sorry, games on other platforms, right? Consoles. Yeah. And we spoke about it earlier before you got into the green room. That I don't see them. They're gonna go ahead.
Hear what they can do.
Wait, what's the question?
What they
well,
can
he
do
let me finish,
forward.
but I think he understands something what he gotta say.
I understood what it's going to say. What they can do, they already opened the can of worms. They basically telling everyone here what we're bringing our games everywhere. They can still go with that strategy, but all they can say here, what we are going to have a staggered release on other platforms. Xbox players,
you're talking
gamers,
you're talking about time exclusives. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Time
Xbox gamers and Xbox consumers, they will be getting it first as the first fruits and the first pickings. And if it is you want to play this game, you will get it maybe after 2 years, maybe after a year and a half. But Xbox gamers will be getting it first. They want on Game Pass, and if they want to pay for it via something else. That is how they can work that model. That way they can't destroy everything, but they can at least show their core audience and persons who want to back the platform that here what? You are first-class citizens.
Now I'm gonna butt in real quick. Alan J. Okay.
Wait, Lou.
What's up?
We're talking about Phil Spencer, right? Right? Realist, right? Alan J, right? Lou in the panel, and Monty chat back.
If you
so Phil Spencer, did not Phil Spencer say, and everybody jump in and tell me if I'm wrong, if I didn't hear him clearly. Did Phil Spencer say we don't need our games on PlayStation to be successful? Yes or no?
That is what he said.
Okay, so watch this. So watch this. If
how do you define success though, legal?
Okay, if he said that, right, and I look at the numbers, because me and Realist, we talked about this. We talked about how PC right now is the hottest growing platform right now.
It is almost 2 billion players over there. No joke. Yes, 2 billion.
It's growing.
It's growing.
It's not above the combined console space and the mobile space, but I'm talking about as percentage wise. It's the fastest right now, right? And you tell me that you can't get a game to be successful on mobile, you can't get a game to be successful on PC. So you have to get a game to be successful on your rival platform in order for you to succeed with that game. We know that's a lie. We know that's not true. So the thing with me is, Phil saw the numbers. He's ready to retire. He said, look, the best thing I can do now before I leave out of here is go for broke. I got to put these things out here and see if the numbers are going to go up. The numbers didn't go up, everybody. I'm still trying to get y'all to see that. So if we're 10% down, right, because we rag the donkeys every time we get the negative numbers for PlayStation, but this don't look good. And look, I know I made the video and said, look, we're at the end of the cycle, right?
Yep.
And everybody, we know that the percentage is going to be down. But let's just be real. We didn't think that Xbox would be 10% down. Now, 2%, 3%, that's kind of normal. 10%, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
So it's a lot, but legal, when you got your biggest game, to come out and drop a dud, that's the biggest. Look, a whole bunch of Xbox's growth has been from the Activision acquisition, right?
Come on.
And if we're gonna keep it all the way funky, all the way live, right? I've been wanting to bring you let you get your hope, right? Start shooting that. What is that? Hope in their brains instead of dope in their veins. But look, Microsoft has been dropping a bunch of games, right? They bought Bethesda. Starfield is the biggest game they've had outside of Call of Duty,
and they're still holding it.
And basically what I was about to say earlier, because you pretty much understood what I was saying, but in the green room, I can't remember who said it. We shouldn't be having tentpole titles on PlayStation or Switch, but they've already started that. We got Halo coming, Gears is over there, and Fable will be there day one later this year.
Yeah.
I'm just. Well, Forza's already over there. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Forza 6 will be there in the fall.
Yeah, but Forza's already over there. You know what I'm saying? So that was, they got the gear. They're about to have the Halo, and they got Forza already, and then they're gonna have Fable. So my initial thought was, if these people don't have any idea to what an Xbox exclusive is, it means nothing to them. because they don't even care about PlayStation exclusives. I've been saying this over and over on this show. PlayStation has the worst consumers that a publisher could hope for. Like people think that Xbox wants PlayStation customers. Those are the worst customers that you can have. They're over there playing the same games that we're playing on Xbox for the most part. They don't care about Last of Us, God of War, or nothing. So when you throw Forza over there, Forza blows up just like it did on Xbox. I have confidence in Fable's gonna blow up. They dropped a 25-year-old Gears game over there. It was a dud.
It was a dud.
Halo's gonna go over there and it's gonna do well.
Who has the dog? Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Look, it's gonna go over there and do well. The games that do well on Xbox do well everywhere. State of Decay started off rough, but it ended up doing well on Xbox and it did well on PC. Sea of Thieves started off slow, blew up on PC, blew up on Xbox. Grounded was day one. Grounded was day one.
To you, Lou?
You know what I'm saying? And it blew up. It blew up everywhere it went. The games that are duds on Xbox are duds on PlayStation. This is what I think, because like I said, PlayStation has the worst consumers that you could have. You look at their most played games, we almost mirror them. I'm not going to cut the Xbox community too much slack, but not anybody that listens to us or anybody like us in the underground or in the chat. We're hardcore. We're playing everything. We're in Game Pass. We didn't complain about $30. We said, damn, we want to pay more, but shoot, I'm still getting my money's worth. I'm talking about the common gamer. The common gamer. Let me finish, and I'm almost done. The common gamer is playing Fortnite, Call of Duty, just like everybody else. So why does Xbox need PlayStation? If Xbox can put their games on PC and make that their own, because if you bring Xbox gamers to PC, then that becomes one community. Right, because Steam players, they Steam players. They hate Microsoft, but they still booting up Windows to play Steam. You don't need PlayStation to be successful.
You don't.
But the same argument we make for other people skipping Xbox is the same argument you make for them putting games on PlayStation. If it's 1 million, it's 1 million more than what you had. So success, I don't think success is the real operative word. They don't need PlayStation at all. They really need to squash PlayStation, because PlayStation is a detriment to the industry, right? Like, you're not only cutting out Xbox, you're cutting out PC at times. Now, if you look at what's going on with Kenna and other games, they can't cut out PC. So once you bring Xbox and make that a unified platform, you can't cut Xbox out anymore. Then what do they have?
Thank God you brought in that point, because listen, why do you think Bluepoint killed? Or was out of the proportion? Let me give you this little bit. Why do you think it died, though? Let's see if you're on the right track.
Bluepoint was just easy to cut because they lost money from Concord. They lost money from Bungie. That was the quickest thing. The first thing any company is going to do is cut manpower. That's going to save you money right off the muscle.
But wait, why do you think it actually died, though? Like, the whole point of
because Sony decided that
I'll tell you why it died easily. You know why? Because you just brought up a good point on how they're taking having their games and not putting it everywhere. You know, Demon's Souls, when it released, it became stagnant on the console, and it only sold 2
should be on PC.
Copies.
So Demon's Souls was a dud when it dropped the first time, and so was Bloodborne.
Exactly. So that this was 2022 when that number reached there, right?
So was Neo.
Right. So 23, they decided not to port it. 24, they decided not to port it. 25, they still not decided to port it. I'm like, yo, if you got everything over there, at least you should port this game to get people.
Hey, crazy little. But also, you're right. You should put Demon's Souls on PC. I don't understand why they're shitting on PC right now.
They should stop that bullshit.
But the reason why Bluepoint died, let's be honest, right? Everybody in this channel are in the 30s and late 40s, right? A lot of these people want remakes or remasters of old ass games that we used to play back in the early 90s and the early 2000s and early 2010, right? I've been saying this to Liga for years, and Liga still don't want to believe me. A lot of these damn kids today don't want to know what the hell we played back in the days, right? You're not gonna get an Infamous remaster or remake. You're not gonna get Soulcom or Resistance Because
I ain't arguing with you
But
with
they're not
that.
gonna get them now. They're not gonna get them now.
hold on.
This is
Hey,
what I
hey,
said
hey,
to
but
Games.
game
This
heroes,
is
they
what I
was
said
never
to
gonna,
Games.
they was
I told
never
Games
gonna get.
Heroes. This is what I told Games Realist. I told Games Heroes. These kids need to learn some of the games that are iconic that we used to play. And watch this, Realist. Games. What game that you saw on State of the Play that was iconic that returned? I'll wait. And it was one of the
Nothing.
games I said.
God
Say,
of
give
War.
me my flowers.
What? God of War?
God of
He's
War.
gonna be funny. He's gonna be funny. The game was Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Yeah.
Castlevania was the game. Come
Now,
on.
now, now, guess what?
But look.
Go ahead, Realist. Go ahead.
Konami is doing the Castlevania the same thing that Team Ninja Tecmo has done to Ninja Gaiden. They waited so long that people forgot what it is. You look at the sales of Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm sure everybody here has at least sampled it in Game Pass. Look at the sales. Nobody is out there playing it. Does that make it a bad game?
Too, though, right?
Nobody. Yeah, it's on everything. Like Xbox has completely stepped away, especially when it comes to third party. See, Sony will do that, right? Sony would buy Square exclusivity and then drop God of War right next to Final Fantasy 16 the same week. See,
everything where
PlayStation is dirty. You know what I'm saying? They're a detriment. Not because I can't play the games, because most of the games they get I could care less about. Like their exclusivity pool is so shallow, right? Yeah. But dude, Bluepoint, going back to the question, Bluepoint was the easiest cut to make. They make no games because they're not making they're not remaking the God of War games. You know what I mean?
But Bluepoint was kind of bread and butter, man, because Bluepoint made their remasters.
Yeah, they shifted the live service and they tasked them to make a
look. But if Bluepoint was their bread and butter, they should have been making remakes. Remakes was their bread and butter. Hey, what's the name of that studio? What's the name of that studio that just did Oblivion?
Their first bread and butter was Call of Duty.
Virtuos.
You got Virtuos out there begging to remake PlayStation games. So where's Bluepoint fit in?
But really,
go ahead.
Bluepoint was remaking a lot of those first party ones.
Yeah, but this is to my point. All these games that people be asking on Twitter that Bluepoint should remaster or remake, there's no demand for these games. Sony is not going to spend research and development for an old ass game in the PS2 era. And none of these. Hold on, I'm gonna finish. Most of these people never played. Like for example, Infamous. Resistance.
I didn't want to cut you off because you been telling us to shut up. If Infamous was anything, they would be on Infamous 5 by now.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, I've seen some dude on the Twitter talking about, Bluepoint should remake The Getaway. I said, The Getaway? Who the hell asked for that crap?
Games, I'm about to kill you, games. I'm about to kill you, games. You're not going to like what I'm about to say. I'm right about this.
But what really said perfectly, right? Bluepoint is an easy studio to cut because they don't make any games. This is the worst thing they ever did because they bought Bluepoint for desperation because when Microsoft was buying all these studios, Jim Ryan said, okay, we're going to buy more studios. You buy 20, I buy 21 studios.
They're going to be missing Bluepoint when PS6 comes around. They don't have no first party. They're going to wish they had.
Let me say this, right? Let me say this. How they cut Bluepoint was a stupid move. We would have already seen that there is a market for nostalgia, right? Look how much Oblivion sold. Right, Oblivion was number one on PlayStation for a while, right?
Fallout 4.
Yeah, Fallout 4. So Microsoft acquiring Bluepoint to only make them work on God of War and make that one game, Demon Souls. That was a stupid move on their part. And the rumor is that they had them making a live service game. These guys specialize on remaking old games to the best of their ability, right?
And they should
why would you instruct them to make a games as a service and then penalize them for making a games as a service. That's stupidity. You told them to make it, and then you penalize them for it.
Let me go in for the kill for games. Games. Yeah. What? I got a question for you. That's simple. What do you think all these guys who buy handhelds, who buy these graphic cards and everything on PC, what do you think they start doing besides playing games on Steam? What do you think they start doing? What do they go to though?
Making games? I don't know.
Real quick.
They'll get emulators and start playing all these old games.
Yeah.
Real quick. This is coming from Force 1V664. He says, Xbox news is on fire that YouTube recommend me to this channel. Awesome. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Shout out to you, man.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. If you just jumped in, I recommend you to start it over when we get done, because I'm not done cooking, man. I'm not even nowhere near. These dudes is talking about what ifs. I'm not on the what ifs.
Yeah. So
here's where I'm at right now. I'm coming off that top rope. I'm looking at this woman named Miss Sharma. This woman has came into my life at a time where I've gotten so tired of all the strategy talk, and it's been for my head as an Xbox fan. I'm tired of hearing about when Rilla said, what good is where you put these games at and they're not impacting? Exactly. Look, when Forza Horizon 4 came out, right? Or no, Forza Horizon 5, I'm sorry. Yeah, when Forza Horizon 5 came out, one of the most beautiful strategies that Sarah Bond and that team came up with was the 5-day early release. But look, on Game Pass, $30. That was now that.
Legal, you're breaking up again. Stay close to the microphone.
When Sarah Bond and them came up with that beautiful strategy of when you get the Ultimate Edition, right?
Yeah, I love that idea.
The Ultimate Edition 5-day release, and we get it for $30, right? And you get the 5-day early release.
DLC.
As long as you had Game Pass Ultimate, that was beautiful. A lot of Xbox fans get it, and we played it. We started it out. We jump-started it, right?
Yep.
That game blew up. That game sold over 10 million within 6 days. It was ridiculous, right? And it was so crazy that the industry hated on it because everybody that was on Xbox and had a connection to Xbox, which was PC, gravitated to it, and the community blew up. So once again, we didn't need PlayStation, right? But the problem with Xbox games that I've seen, because they didn't emphasize on these great franchises, is that you lose the hype for these games, and when they go somewhere else, they're not really hyped up. Nobody cares. So the strategy is a beautiful thing. Expansion, I'm all for expansion, but you don't expand without losing your identity. We used to hear about it all the time. The culture of Xbox is gone. It don't feel like Xbox because it's fragmented. And so the console is what Xbox is. The world don't know Xbox through Xbox Cloud. It don't know Xbox by Game Pass. It don't know Xbox by the LG TV. It don't know Xbox through the screens. Now, we know what they're doing. We know what this is an Xbox means.
But get to know them, though.
But that's right. But you got to say what an Xbox is, and you have to build there. The problem is it was easy. It's kind of like this, y'all. When Marvel got off the patent of making creative characters, right? So instead of just remaking a whole complete character, they would take the character that was already created and just make him into a weirdo, or have him doing dumb shit in the comic books. And the Marvel fans, the one that's been dedicated all their life buying the comic books, they're upset because they're like, damn, if you just want this dude to be this way, just create a whole new damn character and let's go with it. But why do you not take the risk of that? Because there's a lot more money to lose off a new IP that you put the money into, and you're taking a risk that this comic book won't ever jump off than it is to just go ahead and use a character that already exists. And if it don't work, hey, we can go back with, and the brand still stays there with that character. That's what you're seeing with the multiverse. The multiverse today is just used because of lack of creativity. So whenever something don't mess up, it was another alternative universe in the first place. It wasn't real. I'll give you an example. The game that DC just made. What was it? Games. Damn it, To Kill the Justice League, right?
They crucified because they didn't get a code, assholes.
They crucified that game because, how dare you kill off Batman, right? How you kill Batman, right? Batman is my buddy. He's my friend. I go to sleep with him at night, right? So they're mad at him. They're mad at the game because you kill the Justice League. You literally kill the Justice League. But do you? When you play the game, it's Brainiac. You find out he's got 13 worlds. Each world is Each world has been created by Brainiac. So you're not killing the real Justice League. You're just killing this fake world, right? That Brainiac created, and you got to defeat the Justice League in this world.
Someone fell asleep though. Who fell asleep?
Nobody. Somebody had Goofy. Somebody had Goofy. But look,
I think someone.
Island J, you awake, bro?
You awake?
He's up. Look, when that happened, the game got hurt by that, right?
No, he's
But look what happened. About a year later, the game blew up. You know why? Because it went on sale for like $5. And people during the holiday bought the game, and guess what? The game ended up in the top 10. It's because the game was banned. It's because everybody was listening to these bozos. That's the gaming. That's the gaming community. That's what it does. But real gamers play games. They block out the noise. They go in and look for themselves. Is it Alan J? Alan J.
Alan J.
Alan J. Alan J.
I'm sorry. It's that Canadian weed I sent to him the other day. You know?
Oh Lord, he's sleeping. He's like,
man, it's gonna be a late show. But look, I'll mute him.
Hit him on that mute.
I'll mute him. But look, they didn't want they listened. So the game recovered later on, and people started to go back and talk about the game isn't as bad as we think as was projected and all of this stuff. Same thing. When you got this lady, right? Everybody's scrutinizing her because they think, she's never been in the gaming sector, right?
Wow.
But sometimes you need somebody that's coming in with no bias. She's coming in fresh. She has no bias to what's been going on. And this is what I love about her. She didn't just come in talking about, hey, I'm the lady now, the new sheriff in town. Everybody bow down to me. I know what I'm about to do.
Nope.
This is what we're gonna do. She comes in with a message from her team, for her team.
Exactly.
And she texts, and her text was beautiful. She says, "Dear team, today I begin my role as CEO of Microsoft Gaming, and I feel two things at once: humility and urgency." Humility told me everything about this woman.
Yep.
She's humble. So she's saying, I'm not coming in acting like I'm a know-it-all, but I'm coming in to learn, but to show some urgency that what I'm about to be about is not on no slacking mission. So let's listen to what she has to say. We must have great games, because I listen to all of y'all. See, the problem with this identity with Xbox is, let's just be honest, it hasn't dropped a lot of great games. A lot of these games that we're getting, we really don't know nothing about. We don't know nothing about Clockwork. We didn't know nothing about Starfield. We didn't know, these games really didn't have a true identity, because like Willis said, a lot of them games are not coming off the Microsoft studios. They coming from Bethesda or Activision.
Exactly.
So we must have great games beloved by players before we do anything. When I heard that, I was like, oh, wait a minute. We will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, and back bold new ideas. We will take risks. We will enter new categories and markets. I love that. So there goes that mobile. There goes that PC. We got to expand. We got to do something where we can add real value. So, Lou, the strategy that's been going on now hasn't brought real value, bro.
Nope, it hasn't, because you know why? You know why, family? Because, Realist mentioned somebody forgot when he asked Games that question about, or I think it was Alan J, like, what should they do? And one of the main things those guys got to do is really spice up that marketing. We need that. We
Well, here's
need
what she
that
says.
spice.
Well,
Keep
here's what
going,
she
keep going,
says.
keep going.
We
Spicy,
will
like I
enter
said.
new categories and markets where we add real value, grounded in what players care about the most. There, what Alan J said. Why are you making games? Or what? Okay, in the words of Games Heroes, nobody asked for that shit. You see what I'm saying? You putting out a game that nobody asked for. We will celebrate our roots with renewed commitment to Xbox. That's all Xbox has been asking for. What about me? Right? Starting with the console, which has shaped who we are. What? This woman, where did this woman come from?
Exactly.
She's speaking my language.
Like
It
I said, bring up
connects
the
us to the.
spice.
So here it goes. What connects everything else? My man Blue sending out messages. My man Blue. Shout out to my man Blue. Look, what connects us? It connects us to what? To the players and fans who invest in Xbox. So goes to what Rilla said. If you want to expand, right? And this is the problem. We're expanding, but we're expanding with no identity. Nobody knows where to go. Well, she's telling us we start here. And that's what connects us. What Xbox Live connected everybody. It connects us. Game Pass connects us. It gives you a place to play Xbox wherever you at, right? But check this out. Is Game Pass on PlayStation? No. Is Game Pass on Nintendo? No.
Nope.
Now watch this. And to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. As monetization and AI evolve and the influences this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be an art. They crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. Now here's this woman. I mean, seriously, man, this woman has come in and has immediately seen the problem. It's I'm so glad that somebody finally said this. So she says the next 25 years. That's beautiful. So Xbox is gonna be around for a while.
25 years. Yep.
The next 25 years belong to the teams who dared to build something surprising, something that no one else is willing to try, and have the patience to see it through. That's going to be the studios that Microsoft is going to invest in. So any studio, unlike Sony, right, who ain't putting out these studios and we're just keeping them along because they're popular and people know them, Microsoft ain't going to go with that. If you can't make productive games and games that are up above our standard of what we know Xbox games are about, then you're going to be left behind. We're not going to invest in that. So we have done this before because she's looked at the portfolio. And I am here to help us do it again. I want to return to the renegade spirit that built Xbox in the first place. Man, listen. It will require us to relentlessly question everything, revisit processes, protect what works, there you go, and be brave enough to change what doesn't. That's the key. That's the key to Xbox success. This woman comes from the Korea organization of Microsoft. I don't look at that as a weakness. I look at that as, you know what? It's a fresh start with somebody who's humble. We got Matt Booty in the business to help her. He's in that bad boy. You don't want to go back and reread what Matt Booty felt back in the day. He was all about outspinning Sony and just destroying them. It's easy. Big Bank can just do that. It's nothing. So this whole notion that PlayStation is just got this powerful, strong arm on it, that's for donkeys. The PlayStation has no hope against Xbox if that duffel bag gets unzipped. There's no hope. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that this woman wants to rebuild, right, on the strength of the Xbox core fans, that makes the Xbox core fans right there already excited. We're already going into a new generation, right? And we feel like, listen, if we're going to have this we're going to leap this generation, then let's leap it because we haven't never had our platform a fair chance to be since the OG Xbox. And I would give a take on the 360, but not so much because most games were on the 360 and the PlayStation 3. There really wasn't no division. So the fact now that if Xbox can come out with a new console in 2027, get a 2 or 3 year jump now, because this is serious. We've never look when this happens. I don't know how the donkeys are going to really take this, but look, the new legal is still not telling you to not go buy a PlayStation. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that Xbox is going to be dying off. I'm joking when I say PlayStation is dead. I never said I wanted it to die. You can't go anywhere and find that out in my mouth saying that. But I will tell you this, and this is the truth. The PlayStation that you remember, that you grew up to love, is no more. It's been no more for a while.
It's been for a
You're
long
holding
time.
on to something that
All new
Sony's
leadership.
holding on to. So understand that Sony's getting away from that, because with Microsoft, it's just redeveloping. It's going back, renewing what it used to be. But Sony is reconstructing what it has to do in order to survive. That is two different things. So now that you're moving forward, Microsoft can do two things, could do three things. They can make a low-tier Xbox experience, they can make a mid-tier Xbox experience, and they can make a high-end Xbox experience. And when they do that, that means when that price hit, in a world where people are having a problem affording, you're going to see next generation with all these high-price entities. That Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. More people, all this fakery about Game Pass is going to die next generation.
But but wait a minute. They told us 3 days ago. Let's not forget this. They told us 3 days ago. What was PlayStation going to do? They said it with what? The rent. In order to face the rent crisis, what were they going to do? They're going to look at
raise those prices up. Because why, Lou?
Services.
But why, Lou? Because what happened? What happened?
What do you mean? What happened? What do you think?
Why are they raising the prices up?
Why they raising the prices up? Because they need it, and then they get that cash in order to face that rent crisis that they were not prepared for.
Right there, you go, right there.
Exactly, they were not prepared for it. And here's the funny thing, though. Listen, people talk about identity. I keep on, and they think that PlayStation still has an identity, but listen, in 2020, that thing died. As soon as they started dropping their games on PC, they lost their identity a long time ago. But people don't want to believe it. That's their effing problem. My thing is right now is everybody's going through a lot of stuff. Yeah, we're seeing a change right now. Good. Maybe this change is good. And for what it seems, right? Like I said, we read all that stuff. It's going to be a spicy thing. And are we going to go with it? Hell yeah. Are we going to cheer for it? Hell yeah. What is it that we need? And I like it that she is talking to the community. And that's the one most important feature out there. Talk to the community. Let's see what they want. And she's really cooking out there. And I have a feeling, I always say this, like I have this feeling with her right now. I do. That she's actually going to do something awesome.
You got to see how well she relates to the gamers too.
What? What's up?
Exactly.
You got to see how well she relates to the gamers. That's what feels so well. Yeah,
that's right.
Yep. Let's let her
look. Okay, hey, look, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm a big Xbox fan, but check it out. We all Xbox fans. She's saying the right things. She's saying the things that Phil and Sarah should have been saying.
Exactly.
But for whatever reason, they didn't. Yep. And I know that Phil knew to say it, right? But he didn't. He knew how to core Xbox. I mean, look, any fan base of anything. I don't know who's y'all sports teams, but
we said this for years, didn't we?
If you don't appeal to your core fan base, that's one thing. That's one thing Jerry Jones gonna get out there and do and say they're gonna win a Super Bowl every year because he knows he got a whole group of fans out there that thinks they're gonna win a Super Bowl right along with him.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond knew that they needed to address the core fans. They knew that they were alienating the fans with the moves that they were making. They knew that they were playing scared and it was infuriating us hardcore fans. They knew all of this.
They knew all that,
right?
They knew it.
So here it is. Now, here it is. This woman never had anything to do with gaming.
Thank you.
Comes out and she says the things that I know that those two knew to say. Right? My saving grace is not Asha. It's Booty. Booty. Because he's the one who sacked up. He's the one that they busted. He didn't. They didn't know he said it. They had to go into the emails to get into the inner workings of the man. So we know what this dude's attitude is. That's what I'm encouraged about. This dude that wants to come in and kill the competition. See, Phil's look. I also been legal kill.
Yeah, he got that Peter Moore mentality.
Legal kill me for it. But I knew the place. I knew that Xbox had to play a certain game when it came time to try to get these acquisitions done. I knew they had to play the good guy. I knew Phil established himself as a good guy that wants to share with everybody. Satya Nadella jumped up and said, I would have no exclusives if I had my way. But Booty, they caught him saying that let's spin them out of business. Right? And then with this guy, with this on his rap sheet, this is the dude that they promote to the head of Xbox. That's what I'm looking for, to see what kind of moves they make. And away with all this kumbaya stuff. Right? Now, they can say what they need to say. I need them to do what they say that they're gonna do.
Exactly.
Which is to address the core fans and Island J before he went to sleep. Make them feel special.
I'm here.
Make them feel special, right? Because check it out. When you go buy a PC, your PC is Frankenstein. Unless you're that type of person that's gonna buy brand. And even at that point, Nvidia don't make GPUs and RAM. So your PC is Frankenstein. When it comes to the console, that means that I bought into you, your brand, what you stand for, and I want something for that. I gave you my money. What do I get? Why shouldn't I go buy a PlayStation if you're just gonna put all your crap over there? I need that I would like for that to change in some form or fashion. Because because at this point in the game, they're not differentiating themselves. They're not differentiating themselves enough. So she come through the door. She's talking. Somebody told her to say that this chick don't know nothing about gaming. She's a cloud person.
Right.
But as long as she does what she says she's gonna do, I don't care who's telling her what to say in the background. I don't care if she's a figurehead or anything. I'm looking for Booty to come up and start whispering in their ear, spin them out of business. Spin them out of business. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see these type of moves. Put the games on PlayStation, but at some point, I need to see PlayStation hurting somehow.
Yep.
This ain't even about. This is self-inflicted. PlayStation been trashed for years. I think there was Cass who said they haven't released a new IP in 11 years. The perception of PlayStation is that they have a whole lot of IP, that they have a whole lot of games. PlayStation has been they've been masquerading as today's Microsoft for the past 25 plus years. They do not have the studios to put out the IP that people perceive that they have.
And it's gonna be more studios that's gonna be cut. So just get ready for it.
Great positioning that they had, man. Great positioning that they have. Realist, absolutely correct, 100%. We got Booty on the line. He is our line of defense right there. And Asha, they got Pinky in the middle. Like, you thinking what I'm thinking?
Look. When I say I want PlayStation to hurt somehow, it ain't because of the console war. Because Xbox should have got Xbox should have got rid of them years ago. Xbox should have squashed them. But this is one thing this is one thing. See, I don't believe this is coming from her heart. I believe that somebody pinned this for her, right?
Yeah.
Xbox. This is something that we've been saying. Xbox has never taken Xbox seriously. Exactly. Not that Microsoft has never taken Xbox seriously. Right. But now with 100 billion in the hole, they got to start. But so if you're gonna have an Xbox and you're gonna have a console, not just a platform, that platform has to make me feel special. I'm sorry, I don't care about anybody else. Who are you? I need to feel special because I've been invested in this brand since like 2000 and whatever.
Hold on.
Let them talk. Let them say something.
Hold on, Pastor. Hold on.
Let them guys say something real quick.
hold on, Pastor.
Go,
So
Alan. Go, Alan. You
Go
were
ahead, go
waiting,
ahead, go
man.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. So
I'm
while I
just
eat
saying,
my
we're gonna
jerk
rock next
chicken and all
generation,
that
man. These
stuff,
two
you
are
gotta
a
be the
crazy combination. It's gonna be a hard work centric focus, and the games are gonna be a little bit tighter, more exclusive, I do believe. Just this ABK, some of these games are gonna go there, timed exclusives. But I'm glad. Shout outs to Phil Spencer and Sarah for all they've done. They've done great. Phil bringing out backwards compatibility, forwards compatibility with Game Pass, PC. He integrated that as well too, and he tried putting games on other consoles. Didn't work out quite well. It did for some. Didn't for many others. And now their time has come, just like any other CEO. When you're 15 years in the game, up top there, that's it. They've used you, well, not used. They leveraged to your best, and now they found younger, fresher, hungrier players, and they're one of us. So congratulations, Xbox is going to be next gen. It's going to crush.
all right. So
He
he
said,
said,
oh, okay, go ahead, give it to him.
no, go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
Man, let Alan J say something.
Yeah, I believe that you don't necessarily have to be a gamer to run a successful platform,
Business,
right?
exactly.
That's what they said about Jim Ryan.
Yeah, I believe that once it is you are a people mover, if you are a executive and you are people mover, you could bring out unlock potential in any person you work with, any person, any group that you're leading. So it's very important that she gets the guidance from Booty. She got the guidance from all the executives there. If she don't know about gaming, but once she have that fire, she will be able to steer the ship in the through the proper channels for success.
You
Right?
know why I know? You know how I know that Alan J is telling the truth. This is a story of me back in my college years when we used to go to this mall in Tennessee. We went to the mall. We had this arcade dungeon, and we knew the game. Hey, at first, Hank had the games in there. We play and after so many months go by, years go by, you had to switch out. So he started switching out these games and the lackluster. And he started to worry. So he started asking us, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm not getting enough people in my arcade, you know what I'm saying, like I used to. And we told him, yeah, because your games suck, bro. Nobody's playing these games. But people are into fighting games and these sports games and stuff. He's like, so what do y'all suggest? I said, man, bring them Tekken games in here. Bring Mortal Kombat's in here. Bring Street Fighters in here. Bring NBA on NBC in here. Get them damn games in. Listen, man, this is a true story, Dr. J. He put those damn games in there, man.
Come on.
That was the beginning of my arcade championship runs. That was the tournament runs. We had so much. He thanked us so much that we never had to put a quarter in the machines.
Come on, man. Come on.
No more. You see what I'm saying? And this guy did not know, but he understood to talk to the ones
who knew. Yeah.
That's all you have to be. Okay. Realist is business minded, right? But realists don't have the money. So here I am with the money. I say, realist, you know how to run that business, you know how to do this, you know how to do that, right? Because you used to do it, but hard times came. But check this out, realist. Here's a duffel bag. I'm a partner with you, but I'm putting this money in because I believe in your vision. And I know. So what did I become, realist? An investor. What now, Alan J. What? Who runs these companies around the world? Investors. Because Microsoft and all the rest of these companies have to come up with ideas, and the investors say, I don't like it. So when they say I don't like it, guess what Microsoft has to do? Go back to the drawing board and come up with another idea. And then when they make something that's good, Rain G4 comes in and says, you know what, legal man? I saw you over there dealing with Microsoft. Man, I like what they're doing. I don't know anything, but I got some money. Can I give you some money? Can you put my money up in your money and invest? Sure, come on. Next thing I know, I got 10 other dudes backing me up, and realist business is blowing up. Do you think realist cares about the people I know? Oh, he ain't digging that far back. He's only going to deal with me and understand that the money's coming in to back him up, and we all getting money. And that's the investing game. So here's the thing. Successful businesses, the investors don't put a lot of strain on them because they know Microsoft business is $3 trillion because the investors don't even fight Microsoft.
Yeah.
But PlayStation, you seeing games like Marathon have to come out as quick as it is. It's going to come to its death. You saw what happened to Bungie. Bungie got shambled out. Right. They coming to their death. Bungie really ain't Bungie. It's just a name out there now. You saw what happened to Bluepoint. You saw all these things that are happening. That's because nobody believes. The people with the money don't believe, Alan J. And people ain't talking about that. They want to be goofballs. But the real thing that's going on, Range G4, is when you can't get your product out of that dungeon, that's because nobody's willing to put that money for it to happen. Sony makes billions of dollars, but people don't understand how this works. As much as they make, as much as they lose. This is why investors are important for your company, because that money keeps coming in and it helps you sustain. No, Range G4 comes in off that top rope. He says, Nintendo makes their fans special. Exactly. Yeah. They do. They do. And so no matter what dog shit they come up with, the Nintendo fans are just happy because they make them feel
it's our dog crap.
Right. It makes them feel special. So the thing about it is, I love the way she's come out, and I agree with Realist. I don't care who told her, or she figured it out.
Exactly.
The bottom line is, Spark 117, somebody finally said what I've been wanting somebody to say out of the Microsoft camp for over 10 damn years. And it's been killing me. I've had to listen to Realist be right about shit that I just wanted him to be wrong about. It killed me when I had arguments with him. But then I had to say, he's gonna be right, but it's killing me. Because all I want them to understand is that you need to build off of us before this train wrecks. And then you're gonna have to start all. And I knew this was gonna happen. Because the greatness of Xbox resides in us. It don't reside in nobody else. PlayStation community ain't gonna make our games grow, bro. We proved that. We proved that. Nintendo fans ain't damn sure ain't gonna make a look, Realist. All that talk about putting our games on Nintendo Switch too, where are they? Where are they?
I don't know. Nintendo Switch is pretty much trash.
Right.
Hardware. They need to put Call of Duty mobile over there.
Facts. You need to understand how to look. You got Call of Duty, right? You can't tell me having Call of Duty on Xbox and on mobile and on PC, you're not making money. Stupid. Use your buyouts to your advantages. Make people see, damn, bro. Don't tell me that game coming off of PlayStation, you gonna spend all the money in the world. Okay, so watch this, y'all. So if that's the case, Alan J and Crazy Luke, then what happened to Black Ops 7? It's everywhere. Somebody's fighting.
Alan mute.
Yeah. If what's up, Theo in the building? Yo, if Call of Duty was that strong, right? And it needed to be on every platform, then what happened to Black Ops 7? See, it doesn't add up. Just because it's everywhere don't mean it's gonna succeed and reach the numbers. We just saw when Sledgehammer and them had to admit that we're not making them. It's hard because each year we gotta beat the number that we had the last year, and it's hard right now. The problem with Call of Duty is trying to keep it where we got it all the time. And then what did Microsoft say? Well, we bought y'all out. We're going to do it every other year. Every other studio is going to swap it, so it's every other year. And that still didn't work. And why did it not work, Alan J and Crazy Luke? Because they're not listening to your core fans.
Exactly.
You ain't listening to the people who even made Call of Duty what it is, which is Xbox fans. Yo, you want to really hear the truth, realist? There is no 2K without Xbox fans. There's no hate. There's no Call of Duty without Xbox fans. You don't have PUBG on console without Xbox fans. Guess what? Newsflash, everybody. You don't have Fortnite on consoles without Xbox fans. So you're gonna put some damn respect on the Xbox fans, and that's what I've been wanting to hear, bro. We're responsible for a lot of these big ass titles blowing up on console range. E4, this community that came out here and made these games possible for everybody else, and now we finally got somebody that's gonna say, "Nah, you know what?" And this is a shame. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. This is a shame. Here we are, about to be in the 3rd month of this year.
Yep.
This is the 25th anniversary of Xbox, and there's no hype.
There's no hype.
That's my problem with X. That's my problem with this Xbox culture right here. This situation.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying? We don't. What are we doing, bro? Like,
exactly.
You know, there should be confettis and.
There should be, man, there should be everything. There should be strippers and everything. No, I'm just kidding about the strippers. But there should be everything, though, out there. No joke about what's happening, though. Like, look, we saw Phil Spencer go out last year, and he said, well, next year we're going to announce Gears and all this stuff. Okay, there's supposedly a rumor for our next developer direct. Supposedly. I don't know if that's going to come untrue. I think it's going to be a July thing. I don't know. If it's true, cool. I'm happy for it. But where's the hype behind this 25th anniversary?
Nice.
Like, look, Blizzard and Diablo and all of them, they got their showcase. They did a pretty good job, and they ended it in something that was like, oh, they said something like, wait till we announce, and then they ended the show. I was like, whoa, this is cool. But again, where's the hype on the 25th? Because I'm seeing Blizzard. I'm hearing more about Bethesda. I heard Todd Howard talking about, good stuff and all this shit, but Xbox, where are you?
Right, you got Starfield 2.0, we ain't got a glimpse of it. But when PlayStation does their 30th anniversary, they go all out. Yo, PlayStation can make the same damn version of the original PlayStation and put it in any model, and they go nuts over it.
Exactly.
I know we make fun of them. I know we do, right? We make fun of them. But that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Because they're the look, PlayStation fans ought to be crazy about PlayStation. Dallas Cowboy fans are crazy about the Dallas Cowboys. It's not hard. This isn't hard. But let's take some fire from them. We're looking real stupid right now. In the year of 2026, our 25th anniversary year, and there's nothing.
There's nothing. It's clean.
The donkeys for clowning us. What
at least the first month there was spice, but then like all of a sudden just
but see, that's that multiverse thing I was saying. Lou, they ran off the direct show. No, that's easy. We knew the direct show was coming since.
We knew that, but what I'm saying is like at the beginning of 25th though, there was some spice, a little bit of spice there. Then we got the developers direct thing, but then after that it just went.
Yeah, because like I said, that's the cheat code. That was the easy way out. Oh, we got the but bro, we want to see. Look, this is what I'm talking about. I want everybody to understand what I'm talking about. This is the 25th. I said this to Resident. We did a show about this. I said, look, I think Resident was the one that asked everybody, what do you want the anniversary to be like? And I told him, I want it to be like a damn anniversary. I told him, I said, hey, look.
Exactly.
Like your wedding anniversary. I said, Lou, you and your wife, when y'all have an anniversary, right? Do you have an anniversary with your mommy, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers?
No. We go celebrate. I mean, if you're in the 50th anniversary, you got to celebrate big. If you're in the 25th anniversary, you got to celebrate big because this is big stuff. And look,
you and your wife on the Dominican Republic, y'all go and get away and y'all go to the farthest seashore where it's beautiful. The sun.
Exactly.
And y'all sit on the and y'all have the memories of when you met. Blue was muscular and all built and that.
God damn, he called me chubby here.
And she was beautiful to you. And the conversations y'all have.
She was not. She still is till this day.
There you go, brother. No, I said she was beautiful to you then when you met her. And she still is. She still is.
To this day.
That's beautiful. And y'all had them talks, and you remember what it was when y'all got together, and it's sacred. It's exclusive moment between you and the loved one. An anniversary is that. So I said this. Look, Microsoft, be stingy for once. Give us a year. I said it. I said, give your fans a year. Go back to your strategy. I don't care. But let's make this special because there is no 25th anniversary without your core. And I said it. The 20th anniversary was trash. I've never seen anything like it, Alan J. We had the 20th anniversary and it was dog shit.
All we got was the controller, right? That's all we got.
Dog shit. You didn't even. It baffled me. It literally baffled me. I was like, damn.
Yes. That's what we want.
Halo Infinite didn't even come out. I was like, what was the point? You had Halo didn't even come out. It's horrible, man. I'm telling you. Like the direction, there's a lot of stuff that you gotta. I don't know what it was. But there was a strong disconnect, and I didn't get it. And if you was an Xbox fan, you was looking weird, like I have. We fucking don't.
No,
we fucking don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit about, bro. And look, I have multiple consoles, but I said to myself, bro, who am I trying to validate? Like, I'm not with this dust collecting shit for the macho-ness of, oh, look what I got. Nah, bro, if I'm not using it, it's worthless. I'm not here to collect consoles. I'm not here to make you feel like, oh, I can't say something because I don't have all the content. That's trash. Like, look, and you know what I said? I'm glad that the truth came out about our industry because all these people that supposedly bought all these consoles and play all these games, you ain't doing shit for the industry. The industry is not doing it. So what happened? Because you fake. That's what happened. It's a lot easier for me to focus on this console and build off of this console. I'm not saying you can't get nothing else because I've got stuff. I got the ROG Xbox LIX. I had the Logitech G Cloud. I get other things, but I'm not investing no more in companies that don't bring value.
Exactly.
That's what DIRREC Gaming started to preach. We said, shit, and we're going to go with the value of Xbox moving forward. And you can't tell me that Xbox don't bring the value and there's no incentives because it is.
It is.
And you want to know what's funny? Yeah, it's a lot because you know what's really funny?
They have a
PlayStation is my witness to it.
You want to know something, family? You want to know something? Because listen, this is actually true because we saw the numbers. When was the time? Simple. When was the time that Xbox came out and told you Game Pass hit 5 billion revenue? When was it? When was it?
Well, that was earlier last year, wasn't it? Mid last
year. All right, early last year. Okay, I got a quick question. How did it hit it? What was the game that actually sparked it to hit it? What was that game? The year before that came out finally on Game Pass? Watch this. Well, I'm cooking here. Let's see if you get it. What? Right before,
wasn't it?
Nope.
It was
the biggest title out there. That
was Horizon 5?
No, Call of Duty, my friend. It was Call
of Duty.
Call of Duty, and that's the thing. Black Ops 6. And here's the thing, though. Black Ops 6 was the thing that actually got Game Pass in the mouth of a lot of people out there that didn't even know what Game Pass was, and that's incredible. That's true. And
yeah, look, they finally utilized that game. They did right there.
They did right there. But that's the thing, though. Why 7 or 8 years we have Game Pass in our hands? Why does this one game have to get it out there? Why couldn't you guys do it for yourselves and get it out there?
There you go. Lou, that's the problem. What does she say? Because and let's be honest, I'm telling y'all, we come here for one thing. We came here to do one thing, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming, right? So we build up Xbox, but we're gonna keep it 100% funky right now. That's because We didn't make great games. That's why.
That's why. And but here's the thing, though. We started getting great games, but again, why 4 years later after we started making these great high games right there, this great hype, we still do not see that until we get that call, or 3 years after it started, we get that Call of Duty, and that was the game that actually spiked it up.
It spiked it up.
And spiked it up. And that was it. But why can't you guys spike it up? And that's the thing that I always say about Xbox. You guys need to be spicy. And you're right about the 25th, because you know what's so funny, though? Ask me now. I talked about the 25th throughout the beginning of January. And we're not right now like in February, right? We're right now in the middle of February. And if you don't mention 25th anniversary, it was out of my head.
Right. Nobody can. Nobody. There's
like, it was out of my head because nobody talks about it. Nobody mentions it. Like, what's going on? Like, I remember that news started to fade away. And here's what's funny, though. I talk about news every single morning on the show. I bring up all the good Xbox news. I bring up everything. And you know what? And you remind me of the 25th. I'm like, wait a minute. But we just had the Blizzard, and we had a Diablo thing. I think it was a Diablo thing that came up, and that was celebrating the 30th or 40th years of Blizzard. I don't know. Which because there's a ton of them right now, and I get confused with the numbers, though. And I remember they did an anniversary, and I again talking about that, forgot about the 25th anniversary of Xbox because it kind of like faded away, got out of tone. And this is the thing, though, they should be pumping that sucker, pushing it like crazy, saying, "Hey man, we're 25th, let's go, confetti," like you said, strippers, or I don't know, whatever. Just do something. We need that excitement. And it's funny because, you know, I remember talking to another guy on my show about the 25th anniversary. And he's like, you know, the way it is now, and listen, this is an Xbox guy. He told me this. The way it is now, I don't believe there's not going to be that much big things, blah, 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 because, you know, this is not the same Xbox as blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you think so? And I actually, you know, I started to reel in with that doubt. And hearing you guys talking about it, right, I'm like, that's how this guy felt too. And it's the truth. It's like there's no spice into it. There's no love into this. Yeah. They need to put that love back. They need to get us back to loving this thing. They need us to get us back to being how we were. Bring the spices, bring the juices, and man, F you to everyone else, and let's cook. Because you guys have, and you know what? You guys have the ability to do it. You have everything. Because if you asked me 10 years ago, I would have said, well, they need to get more stuff. But now they have everything. I mean, you got Bethesda. You got Call of Duty. You got all this stuff to bring the spice up. I mean, one big question I always ask, where are the rest of Call of Duty games that have not dropped into Xbox? They should have been here, or at least a monthly drop of those Call of Duty games. That gets all the Call of Duty community jump in there because they'll be like, oh, shit, we're getting Call of Duties every month or every 2 months, 3 months.
Grace Lou, you're not the only one that thinks that. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You bought Activision. All these games come to Game Pass and make
they should
make
this Transformers, Call of Duty, everything.
Yeah, but Transformers and all this stuff like the Spider-Man games, the licensing issues, man. I've been saying that for years. Like this
games here, we can't hear you.
But no, I hear him. He said the licensing issues. He's right. But licenses can be bought. It can be reactivated.
You got the cash.
Yeah, you got the cash to do that. That's not invincible.
But games, this is what's crazy though. But wait, games, and this is what's crazy. You're talking about the licenses, but what happened before they bought ABK? They put all those servers up for those Call of Duties, and everybody was hopping on them. I saw a lot of people hopping on those Call of Duties.
The servers were already up, but they clean up the servers to get rid of the hackers. So like I can still play Call. Listen, I still could play Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii right now. The servers still up, but they clean up the server. They clean up the hackers and get rid of the hackers.
But games, you're not talking. But here's the thing, though, we're not talking about a company that has $3 under their bed. We're talking about a company that right now.
I understand. I understand.
Okay, let me spend at least what.
Lou, I understand what you and Lee were saying. Why do you want to get the Transformer game? I mean, I have the Transformer game for years. I have on PC. I try to figure. I go down the dark web to get the PC games of the Transformer game because it's very hard to find them.
Which
right?
games? What?
And
Which games?
the Transformer games, the War of
Okay.
Cyberstar,
But okay, okay. You talk about the Transformers though, but look, okay, that's Transformers though. I mentioned Transformers as an add-on, but Call of Duty, the money maker out there.
Okay,
You buy in those old Call of Duty games, and
all
you know
right,
what?
all right.
It's about damn time you do it.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, like Infinity Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3,
Everything,
Black
bring
Ops
everything. I mean, hell, go back, even bring back that OG Call of Duty from Xbox. You know what it released?
remember
Bring it.
when he bought Activision, they said it would take a long time to do this.
Listen, listen. Let me tell you something. It take a long time. I said it loud and clear. A year. We're 2 years in the whole thing.
Yeah,
we have not seen any movements because
I'm not defending Microsoft,
but because here's what's funny. Because let me tell you something. What would have been a save though? If I was a spicy guy and I wanted to save, let's say they releases Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and didn't do so well, I said, okay, 2 months, drop me Black Ops 1. We need it there. Go for a Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. Get me that money back. And man, it would have been boom, boom, boom.
No, you still could play that on your 360. I mean, Xbox Series X, but I understand put it in Game Pass. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. Drop it into Game Pass. That's going to attract people to come
I think Call of Duty World War II is in Game Pass right now.
Yeah.
And it boosts up the game. It boosts up the game. A lot of people went back and played it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though. I mean, you got such a big library because
now
they have. Because here's the thing, though. If you tell me they did not have the ammo to go fight, they have a huge amount of ammo out there to go fight and bring it to the table.
I don't see all you guys today about Cyberbond and everything. Listen, this is my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Look. I'm glad what Phil Spencer did the past 10, 13 years. He did good, right? Look, I said it again, right? You get rid of Kinect out of the box. That's the best thing they ever did. They got some good games in the beginning of the generation, like Sunset Overdrive and Quantum Breaks and all that stuff. The second half, they had some great games, but it was mostly Halo games and Forza. They realized that they need more studios because it's not because they compete with PlayStation, because they want to own the IP. Because think about it, right? They don't own Sunset Overdrive, but they don't own Rise, but they own Activision. So and they own Bethesda. Then they own that IP to control it. And so they bought a lot of studios. And yes, they promised. I'm not gonna lie. They did promise. Yes, they launched the Xbox and it was supposed to be Halo. Halo got delayed. I get it. The man wasn't perfect, right? But it wasn't for him. Where would be the Xbox? Where would be the Xbox?
All right, games. Here's an issue, right?
Yeah,
like many Xbox fans like me, right? I'm speaking for the ones that have the same kind of concept like me. Right? When I look at Xbox Direct show, right? I'm not looking at it as a state of play. Well, we know why.
Future mute. Sorry, Lego. Future mute. Okay,
I got it.
Okay.
I don't know. I understand state of play situation where they just don't have games. So they get joked at on, we're gonna watch some of these Xbox games and they coming over to Xbox, but they're third party games. State of play is just third party games. They don't. That's it. I mean, they got a few PlayStation games, not even a few, like just one maybe, and it's just that the rest is just third party games. Get it. But you're not gonna go on state of play, right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to market as well. You're not. Because state of play.
Yeah, you know the Xbox logo. I guess.
Right. I go to Direct. We go to Direct on our. See, here's the problem. We go to Xbox Direct show. And look, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The second one they ever had was 92 million views, bro. 92 million views. It was insane. It had more views than the Game Awards, Gamescom, any gaming event, the Summer Fest. It blew them out the water. Not one time was a game mentioned that it was going to be on PlayStation. 25th, and they picked the 25th anniversary. This is what I don't understand about Microsoft.
I get it. This nigga legal. I get what you're
25th
saying.
anniversary.
I could go to my bed.
But let me
do the kumbaya shit. Kumbaya.
Let me finish my issue. This is I need to say this because there's a lot of people that feel this way. I'm representing them too, right? You picked the 25th anniversary to show an Xbox Direct show. You put the games out there, and you boldly put out, and it's coming on PlayStation 5, and it's coming on. We knew that, but it's our show. That goes back to culture first. They got away from the Xbox culture first.
Exactly.
You got a dude on there on one of the Xbox shows wearing a PlayStation shirt.
Oh God, that was out even in the Halo. Wow.
It got this had to go, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
It's about legal.
James, I don't care.
I gotta go to bed. Let me say real quick. Let's do real quick.
Get you to understand this.
I understand what
needs a real directional shit. I'm glad
I'm glad. Listen, everything you're saying, I 100% agree. All right, I'm not sitting down and saying, "Yo, legal. I'm a constant war. I'm an Xbox apologist." F you, no. I'm not an Xbox apologist. I do criticize Xbox a lot sometimes, right? I get what you're saying, but look, man, they already doing
just addressing some problems.
I know. Hold on, dude. I gotta go. Listen, they're already doing it, right? Let's see how this CEO, or she replaced, what's the new name? Phil Spencer, right? Let's see what she does, right? Remember, Phil Spencer is not going to get out by Monday. He won't get out this summer. If you actually read the goddamn article.
Yeah. You got to make the
transition. And after the next show, he's gone, right? So let's see in the future what she's going to do. I think she will. Hold on, Pastor. What I think she's going to do is going to do the exact same what Phil Spencer is doing, but they're going to put Xbox first, then other consoles in 6-7 months down the line. That's my opinion. That's how Sony's doing it. Yeah, so Xbox, PlayStation first, then port whatever the games are PC left over. Now, if she doesn't, they're going to select certain titles. Like, so Microsoft will not going to stop putting the games on PC day one. They're going to continue to do that. They got their own storefront, nigga. They're not going to get rid of the PC day one strategy. They got their own storefront. There's idiots out there actually buy their games on the storefront. So I don't know. I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know the future of Xbox. Let's see do it. I don't know.
Let me say this, right?
Hold on, Pastor. I would, if I give a grade between Phil Spencer and Sarah, I would give it a B. Because they just said the Xbox, and this still has some problems. I said again, without him, there would be no Xbox, man, dude. And they was trying to shut this shit down in the 360 era. So I will give him a B. They shut down studios, they laid off studios, they shut down the initiative, we got rid of Perfect Dark. They did what Mike Sony did yesterday, right? But they did promise of the games, and the games are already here. We got Gears, we got Fable, Clockwork, everything. It took them 10 years. It took them 10 years to come here. Now we have a new regime, and go ahead, man.
You'll continue because I'm looking to leave now. Let me just say.
I gotta go. Man.
Yeah, let me just say that these companies, they don't do things like without data and without research, right? They would have tried different methods. Xbox would have tried different strategies. Now, we could argue that trying a lot of new things would have segmented the fan base. That could be argued. I would agree with that, right? But after now I'm thinking that when she comes into the helm, they are going to have several meetings with all the team leads, with all the executives, right? And they are going to ask, she is going to ask for the data as to what has been working and what has not been working, right? And if she's a good leader, she would add to what is working, right? Even if it means taking the pie to the face and coming back and clearing things up with a clear message. Going forward, this is what we're doing as the Xbox platform. Take the data that is working and go forward with it. So hopefully she brings new and fresh ideas to the helm.
I like that.
Hopefully that she listened to the data, she listened to the fans, of course.
Yeah.
Because when it is you listen to your fans, you have your basically your ears to what they are saying. You can, of course, not everything you would implement from what fans are saying, because at the end of the day, it's still a business. However, you don't want to get your core, because your core is what makes the casuals want to find out what is all this hype about, what is all this interest about. So I'm hoping this is what she does. Let me say, Phil Spencer, you did good. Go and rest your tired self now. How it name? I wish Sarah Bond all the best wherever it finds her. But I'm very optimistic. I'm a very optimistic guy. I hope that they understand what they are doing going forward, and I hope that she just don't listen to everything that Satya says and say yes, I'm going to do it.
Exactly.
I hope she have some pushback, and she have not only just pushback for pushing back on your superior, but whatever she's pushing back, it must be supported by the data. What the data says.
That's what exactly, Lou. So see, that's what I was telling Lou today, right?
Yep.
Because Lou's concern was about Satya. I said, you don't have to worry about Satya.
Yeah.
He's going to be focused on AI and cloud.
Yeah.
But he has to see what everybody's doing.
Correct.
Microsoft changed that micromanagement years ago. So when you hear, they didn't have president of this and president of that. It was Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer, and you know what I'm saying? You went to those dudes. Everybody had to go to those dudes, pitch their idea, and those dudes say yes or no. Well, it's different today. If you're the president of something, that means you have full control. The only thing you come in and like my man Alan James saying, you come in, you give your idea. Satya says okay, because you're president. Okay, he's gonna look at the end result. Oh, well, you know what? We backed you up on your vision, but it didn't work. So nope, we're not doing that no more. That's how that works. So she's got to prove to Satya that what she's about to do is going to work. Now, this is where I'm shifty. Everybody here is thinking that she's going to follow behind Phil Spencer. I don't think she is. Because I got
so. No, I'll tell you something. Legal. Panel, Crazy Lou, Resident, Realist, Game Trailers, Future, everyone. It was a pleasure rocking out with you guys. I stayed longer than I stay on my own podcast, man. Thanks very much for the invite. You guys are spitting facts. You guys are speaking the truth. This Xbox
always
community,
a pleasure, fam.
This Xbox community is one of the best communities I've been in.
Alan J, leave after this. Thank you, brother. Leave after this, Alan J.
All right.
Because I know personally you stayed longer than what you're supposed to, so I thank you, brother.
Yeah.
What time is it, Alan J? It's 12:47?
Yeah. It's 12:47.
Yeah. Same here. Where do you live?
Trinidad in the Caribbean.
Oh, you're close by. I live in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, all right, man. Yeah,
You're close by.
Yeah, that's in the
close by.
Man, I got a bro that lives in Trinidad. His name is Shikara. He does
my brother.
But realist, I've been listening. I'm listening. I don't want the wife to get angry. I'm still
No,
on.
okay, look.
I'm listening to you guys. Tell me. Talk
I
to
mean,
me.
you meant me. It's cool. Look,
Yeah,
this is, I'm
Illegal.
gonna let you
Trade
go on
unions
this.
have a vote.
legal. Yeah.
This is no, I got you. This is how I know every CEO that comes in doesn't adopt. They don't adopt what was already there. They don't do that. They come in
Yeah.
and they take over what they're going to do. Right. So she comes in with these 3 strategies, the 3 goals in mind for herself. The third one was called Future of Play. Now remember, Phil Sanger came up. What when you remember that, right? But
Breaking up.
we all didn't win. We all didn't. We know this. We all didn't win. So it wasn't when we all play, we all win. It really ain't even people, gamers are going to play what they want to play. They don't care. It doesn't, if you can give all the games and have them on every platform, that doesn't mean gamers, it's not the way it works. They're selective, and we've already talked about what they play. We already know it's only Call of Duty and all of that. All those games are always the same. We get it. We understand that. So that's just a good saying to me. That was just a good saying. But let's look at some. Done. I like. She says we are witness.
You're cutting off.
I like this.
You're cutting off, man. You're cutting off. We can't really hear you. Yeah. But before
I
go
like
ahead.
this real. I like this real envision right here, right? This envision speaks more to me, right? We are witnessing the reinvention of play, right? To meet the moment. See what I'm saying? Nobody, this is what I'm talking about, bro. I like really say, if somebody's telling her, I don't care if it's somebody telling her or she's saying it. It's dead on. You go with the moment. You seize the moment. We will invent new business models. So there you go. So are y'all listening? So everybody's sitting up here talking about the Phil Spencer era is gone. It's about to go bye-bye. They're about to reinvent a new business model. So we're not going to be saying this is an Xbox anymore and all of that stuff. Something else is going to happen. We're going to have to just wait and see what it is. But new ways to play by leaning into what we already have. There you go. So
Microsoft.
What is it, bro?
No, but before I go, yeah, you're right though. Like back in the days of Steve Ballmer and Bill Gates, they could show Xbox, and Phil had to save it. Now they want somebody, a puppet, come in and take over. They want Microsoft to take over Xbox. That's basically what it is. So that's what I'm kind of afraid of too. But I said again, man, I'm glad. Listen, I gotta go. Thank you guys. I was listening to the whole guy, man. Yeah, guys are right, man. All you guys are right, but let's see in the future, man. I'm excited. Everything was.
I'm excited too. I mean, I'm excited.
Everything what Legal said, I'm not mad with Legal. He's an Xbox dude. He knows the vision.
He's right though.
Yes.
He's right.
Yeah, he's
though.
right.
Because here's the thing that you need to understand, bro. And I always say this. Like I always say, the most annoying thing that PlayStation does is this. I always say this. Every time they have a showcase, they show you all these games, and after they're done, we gotta go hunting. What do I mean by hunting? You gotta grab your knife. You gotta grab your little pistol.
And find out.
And find out which one's a third party. Xbox.
But remember, Lou, Microsoft did that like a couple years ago. Like they did the same thing. Now they don't. Now they don't. Yeah, I know.
They're trying to be kumbaya. But listen, make them suffer a little bit. We need to make them suffer.
Listen. I'm as real as Matt Moody. Spend these motherfuckers out and kill them. That's it.
We gotta see. Right. Let me see just how tough they are, right? Because we already know what it is.
I want
to know what it is. So it's like this, y'all. Look.
And one last thing I gotta say though is that stop stepping on those rakes right after there is a big rake. Don't go. Oh God, Lord.
Those days are over though, Lou. That's over with. That's what I'm saying.
That
type of stuff is over now, bro. Look.
Jesus. Oh.
It says we have to find new ways to be leaning into what we already have, right? Iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love. But we will not treat those worlds as static IPs to milk or monetize. We will build a shared platform on tools that empower developers and players to create and share their own stories. As monetization and AI evolve, you see what I'm saying? That it's we needed to hear those types of things.
Exactly. It was about that time.
She says, I'm looking forward. I'm excited to partner with this is Matt Booty. I'm looking forward. I'm excited to partner with Asha as our next CEO. Our first conversation centered on her commitment to making great games and the role that plays in our overall success. She asks questions, she pushes for clarity, and wants our choices grounded in player and developer needs. That mindset matters, and the industry around us is changing quickly. How players engage, how gamers are made, and how business models and platforms evolve. So it's about evolving this stuff. We got to give her a chance. But for right now, and look, and I'm not against anybody who's skeptical of her because we don't know her. But let me tell you one thing. I've been waiting for somebody in Microsoft to speak our language for 15 years. And you can't even make this up. 15 years. And it's like, you went through Don Matrick. He couldn't speak it. Phil didn't speak it. Sarah Bond didn't speak it. They were trying to, they were stressing the multiplat because we understood that Xbox was trying to get the gains. So they wasn't going to get the gains because the image of Xbox was tainted. And they didn't have time. Let's just be fair. They didn't have time. Phil Spencer said that he was going to build this brand. He said he was going to get this brand back up. He did a little bit. He got the services up tremendously. So
I feel like he did 50. Now we need the next 50 to come up.
That's right. That's right.
Now we need the next 50.
That's right. He did a good 50. Yeah. He got everything going. He got the groundwork. He built that groundwork, and so that now people can walk through it. So he did a fantastic job there. As he was doing it, the identity of Xbox got lost, and it was hard to retrieve it because once you got it too far out there, like Willis was saying, people started to aspect of it as to why they needed an Xbox. You didn't want people to start saying, "I don't need an Xbox."
Yep.
See, that's when you knew something had happened, because you never want somebody to say, "Well, I don't need an Xbox. You don't want customers to say they don't need your item. When is that ever a good thing? So you got to make people want your item. Exactly. And in doing so, you have to be a little stingy. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Make that V12 engine. Put an extra clear coat on the top.
I have one thing I need to ask for her to do. That the first thing she needs to do, I seriously, I said it with all my heart, the first thing she needs to do is hire the Wendy's dude. We need that Wendy's dude on Xbox. For all those Twitter guys out there, because he knows how to destroy them, man. We need that dude on Xbox. Go ahead, hire him.
He's a good. I'm glad Lou that and panel and chat pat that younger, refreshing people. And I said that when you look at us over here in the United States, right?
Yep.
All you see is the old heads, and the youth can't relate to us. They can't relate to Xbox clearly because it's us that they see all the time. But when you look at, see Benny Boone, you see Charlie over there, you see youth. When they have shows, it's no wonder they don't do shows over here. They do shows over there because the youth appeals. But I'm sitting up here saying to myself, why are we not, when you talk about Gears of War, right? I think of my man Saz, right? Saz been out here, Saz Shadow's been out here for decades. Since Gears of War, putting out Gears of War video. Why do we not have people like him in the forefront to speak for Gears when you bring him on? Because people know him. Bring him on. Everybody doesn't have to be major, but bring him vital in our community. He's put all that work in. Don't just tell us, oh, we brought him to a studio. Oh, he's getting the first look at something. And keep him out so the youth can relate. We need youthfulness. You know, I love Larry Hurt to death, one of the greatest hype men in gaming history. But we saw in his 50s still happening. It was like, dude, this is getting corny now. When he retired, it was good that he retired. And you can't replace him? You mean to tell me you don't have somebody else to replace Larry Hurt? Like, you should have replaced Larry Hurt. That should have been part of it. Because this woman just said 25 more years. So now that's a whole generation that Xbox is going to have to cook up. Oh. And it's understandable that they're not looking at us. We get it. So I'm more excited for the youth. You guys take care of Xbox like we took care of it. Don't get consumed on the bad reporting and all the lies.
Exactly.
It's the best gaming community in a console space that's ever existed. Now Microsoft, it's up to Microsoft to make that clear now, and that's what I've been wanting to hear from the leadership roles. Put some action to this thing, and make it connect to what Xbox fans been knowing it could do. Right? Then come out here, make these games. I'm glad. What is it? Elder Scrolls 6. I'm glad it's not coming on any other platform other than P. It needs to be that way for a minute. I'm hoping that it don't go nowhere. I'm hoping it doesn't.
Too.
Right? Because if you want to see how bad people want Xbox or how they really perceive Xbox, that's the only way you're gonna see it.
We need to get that back, fam, 100%. Because at the end of the day, it's like I always say, I go in for the morning news, and I always say every time, like for example, like I mentioned earlier, we're tired of the stepping on the rakes. You guys do something good, the next day you step on a rake. We're tired of that. I mean, Xbox, give the spice out. Get fucking aggressive. We need some of it. Now, I understand what I mean by fucking aggressive. I'm not saying like get super aggressive. No, just get aggressive. We need spice. We need things for us to go out there and talk about, for us to say,
talk
man,
about the streets. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So we can show them what you guys said. We can show you the post. We can show you all that stuff. We can say, look how you guys are kicking ass. Look what you guys are bringing back. Look what's cooking for the 25th. What's happening? Because again, like today, I totally forgot about the 25th, and sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't, because you forget about it because you guys don't talk about it.
Look how this woman has flipped the streets.
Exactly. Everybody. I mean, oh my God. I mean, we're already going back to the Xbox is dead, but you know what she's doing? She's saying, hey, I'm here. What's next? That's what she's doing. She's trying to get rid of all that stuff. I know one person said, Gen X Gamer said, I hope she comes out and kicks everybody's butt.
Yeah,
let me say something. I hope that does come out true. And the other way she does kicking butt is by doing actions, by showing it to us and us talking about it and telling the world this is what we have. We need that. She doesn't need to go and fight all these guys, because here's the thing, though, and I said this earlier, I was talking to someone, I said this. The thing about Phil and Sarah, it felt like everybody was tiptoeing around them, doing whatever they want with them. I mean, media, everyone was like literally okay. I mean, I heard something from Sarah Baum that someone said in the live that I'm not even going to say because it's totally disrespectful. And I was like, Sarah, come on, Phil, come on. Slap, start talking, slap, kick ass, do something, right? Do something. Like I always say, like every time, like for example, when Sarah Baum came out saying that 1 minute video of Xbox and generation console, look how hyped we got. We got crazily hyped. It was like a 3-minute video. She kicked ass. But then, silent. 25th anniversary, developers direct. We saw the showcase. We saw the PS5 logo. And the Halo event was the one I was like, wow. The guy who was talking about Halo in the Halo event was wearing a PlayStation shirt. I was like, whoa. I mean, that you shouldn't have worn that. I'm sorry.
They were too passive aggressive. Exactly.
They were too passive aggressive. Exactly. Yeah. We need aggressive.
Xbox fans know that.
Yep. We know we need this now.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I said earlier. We need to mix the old with the new. Mix the old. What I mean, mix the old, get spicy, get aggressive. With the new, the way you guys have expanded,
well,
you guys
have
kicking ass out there.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got to mix it up now. Because if not,
nobody can make me believe that Xbox utilizes mobile and PC and its console that it can't succeed. You just can't make me believe that.
You can't. And that's another thing, because I always say this: where is your marketing? You know, family, how many times I sit here at home, I look at Twitch channels. I look at a lot of stuff. I've been doing a lot of work these days when it comes down to that. I've been taking some notes. You want to know how many times an Xbox commercial comes out on the Twitch channel?
How many?
That's where gamers play. 0. I mean, you get to see those 10,000 views of people watching those people play. They go into commercials. I get Toyota. I get all this stuff. I get Subway, which it looks delicious. But damn, that's all I get. And sometimes I don't know whichever, because Sony right now ain't marketing over there. But trust me, sometimes I've seen PlayStation commercials right when they pop up on Twitch. But Xbox, where's yours? Xbox, where is the fans of Outer Worlds 2? What happened there? Where are the fans of all this stuff? Like, for example, it's like Fallout. Remember Fallout 4 I mentioned earlier? Fallout 4, this month alone, we saw the numbers, and it became in the top 20 right now. Top 20. It dropped off from 60 to the top 20. And that thanks to what? To Xbox promoting it? Hell no, it was a damn TV show. It was a damn TV show that was actually doing it. It was not Xbox promoting, it was a TV show. Xbox where is...
How they gave a J Stu, he's making it. But no, you're right. No, look.
We need spice. We need it.
Right. And we're gonna finish we're gonna go to the last topic. Look, y'all can elaborate on it.
Yeah, go for it, because I gotta go to bed.
This gap between these consoles, Microsoft with Xbox really needs this gap.
Yeah,
because to me, I don't care. They need it. See, this is another thing that's puzzling me. We got this next gen console that everybody is just hyped about, and there's nothing on it. Like there's nothing. It's just mind-boggling to me. We need something to get people. Let's get some drive going. We definitely need a estimated price. But I would tell people, go on and get yourself a G, get yourself a rack, and just hold that rack. It may be 900. I don't know, but
we don't know. We don't know nothing. They haven't said anything. Like all we know is going to be PC like. Okay, cool, fantastic. I love it.
Very powerful.
And I have one thing to say though, Ligo. Before you keep on with your what you're saying right now, right?
I want you to elaborate on it. If you want to just flow right
on. I want to say one thing though. If Nintendo, and this is to all you PlayStation fans, and this is to everyone out there who like to trash Xbox, right? And I'm telling you this, if Nintendo in 2017 came back, but because of that damn Wii U that came out that didn't sell shit, Xbox can come up. So take that, my friends, because if you guys don't know about this, go check your history. Go look at what the Wii U did. I think Xbox, if they really do the right thing, they'll come back up again. If they take the right steps, they'll come back up again. So let's see how it's going to go. And that's true.
Situations like Perfect Dark not coming out hurt. That hurt.
All of us hurt. But at the end of the day, it hurt us. But what do we got to do? Like I always say,
I'm saying these are some of the issues.
Yeah, some of the issues.
Things like that it just never helped. It just
doesn't help.
It doesn't help. You got
because if we look, because here's the thing though, fam, and here's the thing though, and I always say this a lot on my channel. The ABK deal was an eye-opener. When it came down to exclusives, we found out the truth. When PlayStation 30th anniversary, we found out more truth to it. With Matt Piscatella saying this is the games that brought in the money for PlayStation. We saw that list, and there was only one exclusive that actually brought in the money. That was Spider-Man. Yeah. You know how many exclusives PlayStation has from its history to now? Just Spider-Man brought in the money, but Call of Duty and GTA
barely brought the money. And remember, it barely did.
It barely did. It was Call of Duty. There was like in the list out of 20, 16 was Call of Duty. No joke, 16. I know. Probably. So I'm making this number because I don't remember how many numbers were there, but I'm just saying that the majority was Call of Duty. So that tells you that exclusives were not the thing. And that's the thing. We all fell for that trap because they weaponized the word exclusive, and we all went through the word exclusive. Oh, man, Microsoft doesn't have exclusive. Oh, man, and all this stuff. But a lot of people went into that rant. But here's the thing, though. When Microsoft started putting those first-party content, did everybody go to Xbox? No. Nobody did. What they do is they stayed over on PlayStation.
Because the games wasn't iconic. They didn't
exactly.
see what makes okay. So this
I
is
know
my
what you're going with. Yeah.
Microsoft needs to come out, right? It needs to come out
Mm-hmm.
early and be ready to fire, right?
Yep,
Because when it does that, it gives people who even doubt Xbox a chance to
reflect.
To Xbox, right?
It gives them a chance to reflect and say, "Wow, this is what's happening over here." Because, cooking.
Right, because the fan, you may not ever win the fan over. We know that. Okay, so I'll put it like this. Let's just go with 100 million consoles sold, right? 100 million consoles sold. Maybe 80 million of them to 75 million of them are hardcore fans of that product, right? So the other 25 million are the independent gamer, right? You want to win them. You win them, it's an extra 25 million. That's big on anybody's platform. So you think about it. If Microsoft can sell 60 million consoles, and they get that 25 million, they're back to 360 status.
Exactly.
So the gamer is the one that you're trying to influence, because the fans ain't going nowhere, right? It's hard to break them off. But if you say, you know what, that you got the independent gamer that's just there to play video game, he don't really know why he had the console. Now, I just went to GameStop and the guy sold me a PlayStation, whatever, right? And you got Xbox out here. And let's just say you get a 2. From what the report, I was right about that too. But let's just see. I won't give myself victory yet. But I did tell you, Lou, that PlayStation 6 ain't coming out till late 2028 or 2029.
It's gonna be a while.
I said that back then. But for it to even be being said today, that's crazy. But I didn't, because I said that. Yep. But even though I had said it, I really didn't think. I was like, I was looking at Xbox having at least a good. That's how I looked at it. But now I know it's not. So let's just put it like.
Lego, you left the microphone again. I think you gotta buy a new mic, Lego, because the microphone just keeps on leaving you.
No. It's I'm
or
mobile.
Is it the game? Oh, you're on the cell phone?
No, I'm mobile. So let me get still. So when I'm still, you hear me. So look, so if Microsoft can get
you lost our connection again, my friend.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, if Microsoft can get 2.5 years on this new console coming out, right? That's 2.5 years that an independent gamer or somebody new to gaming can observe Xbox. For 2.5 years. You get these new generational games ready. So when it hits this console, it's got a slew of games to pick from. And you have a good little library to represent it, because you get 2.5 years. And people start to see the benefit. They start to see the value.
Yep.
You have a strong possibility of building a whole new franchise engagement of gamers.
Yep.
That's the whole point.
That's the
because
whole
you're
point.
going to get new legal. New legal's crazy about the platform. I'm going to get it regardless. But that doesn't mean Crazy Lou, the independent gamer, is. He's skeptical. He might be. So you got to win him over.
Hey.
Not just as excuse.
Use Game Zeros.
You got Game Zeros as a Nintendo fan. You might win him over
Pokemon
because
shirt,
he sees the investment.
To take off that Pokemon shirt and turn it to an Xbox shirt, man shirt, not that damn Pokemon shirt.
You know, and that's what you're going for. And if that's 25 to 30 million of them, that builds your foundation.
Exactly.
Easy.
That's what we need, family. And you know what, family? I'm happy. Because the thing is, I sit there and I keep on reading the email. I sit there and I keep on looking at this stuff. I sit there and I look at everything that's happening. I gotta say though, if she heads the right place, if she keeps on this pacing, I'm seeing something good about to come around. And we need this good to come around, because we need that fuel. We need that fight. Because we've been out here, going out there like we're lighting matches to see what fire we turn on. Sometimes we find it. Sometimes we turn on a small fire. But if fires are too small, we gotta get them big. You gotta get them humongous. We gotta make the world shake. We gotta show them that Xbox is here and Xbox is ready to kick some ass. You got to get Xbox to go out there and outspend this company. You got to get Xbox to go ahead and do what it's got to do. We got to get them to do it. If They don't do it. We can talk and talk and talk. But at the end of the day, the more we talk, if you don't give us the fuel, it's going to get to a point where we're going to say, man, no fuel. We don't have nothing. It's always negative. Never, nothing ever positive. Like I sit here and I say, if you look at the positives on Xbox, the negative covers the positive when it comes to Xbox. Because Xbox's generation, Xbox's generation has done so much great things, and we talk about the great things they have. But if we got media outlets, we got fanboys, we got all this stuff, because FAMU, I did, like, for example, this is a prime example. You remember when Xbox were not in stores, right? They were not in stores. So you know what Crazy Lou did? Crazy Lou, you know, for example, not me though, it was Simon Cypher. He sent me a video of him walking in stores and he sees all these Xboxes piled up, ready to be on sale and everything. He sent me that video. I posted it on Twitter. You want to know how much comments I got? It was there was like 10 positives, and the other 80 were all negatives. Right. Negatives. And that's the thing though. You know what? I was like, man, I'm proud I pissed them off. Xbox, you need to do the same thing. Piss them off. Piss them off. Make them mad. Because at the end of the day, why are you so kumbaya? Because even though
they hate without reasoning.
They hate without reasoning. So why you gotta please these haters? Send them to hell. Who cares? I mean, they want to hate. Go ahead, hate. Who cares about them? What you gotta do is make them mad. Go for it. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, they're gonna always love their PlayStation. They're gonna hug it. They're gonna kiss it. They're gonna, that's what they're gonna do. We've seen that out there. We saw a guy kissing a pro. We're not gonna say his name, but yes, that's what he does. He kisses his console. So again, stop with this kumbaya stuff. Because at the end of the day, they're not gonna buy your shit. They don't care. They'll be like, oh, it's here, okay. They might buy out of spite, but are they gonna play it? Nope. Because that's another one. I don't know if they play their games. We've seen it. Look at Bluepoint with Demon Souls. 25 million consoles and 2 million copies during that time. Then we're now at 90 is still at 2 million copies, and then you guys have shut down the studio. Wow. What does that tell you? You guys do not buy games. Astrobot, Game of the Year guy. You guys cheer for it? What's the number on Astrobot? We don't know. We had it 1.5, but where is it? You guys have 92 million consoles, still not buying Astrobot? Shoot. That's the thing, though. That's the thing. They don't buy your games, so why the heck are you going to pitch them games for them to buy? Because at the end of the day, right, the games you got to pitch them. If you're going to pitch something like, for example, Forza was a good sell over there. 5 million copies. Excellent. That's good. It needs to sell a little bit more, to say, okay, it's actually really good. But that's how it is nowadays because of the production cost. But it brought in some good money. Grounded kicked ass. Sea of Thieves kicks ass. All this stuff kicked ass. But then you go ahead and throw them that Gears of War. What do? They didn't even look at it.
They had no culture in it.
They had no culture in it. They didn't understand. You know what they said? I tell you what they said because I have it. I was like, what? He said, I did not like them. I remember one PlayStation fan told me I did not like the multiplayer. It was Yankee. I was like, because you don't understand it, because you don't play multiplayer games, my friend. You're so used to the Call of Duty and all that stuff, you just couldn't adapt to Gears of War. And Gears of War is an aggressive over-the-shoulder, third-person multiplayer. If you don't get around to it, you're gonna get your ass kicked. That's how it is. That's how it is. It's the truth. I mean, you play illegal, you know how it is, how aggressive it gets out there. You know how it is. But again, you throw that thing over there, but they do nothing. You think Halo's gonna do something? Oh, I mean, I hope it sells.
They have no culture in it. Yeah,
they're not gonna have culture in it. They're not. They probably buy them out of spite though. But yeah.
Well, that'd be good, but I'm just saying they still wouldn't understand the culture.
They still understand.
That game is deep rooted. That game is deep rooted in the Xbox brand. But look, Lou, we're gonna close this show out, man, and I want you to close the show out. Send us off, and I just want to say thanks to everybody that came out tonight, man. Thanks to the money.
Let me read something real quick. Raging 4804 with a $2 super chat. He says Nintendo makes their fans feel special. Incredible how they do that. We need Xbox to make us feel that extra special. We're I mean, I gotta say though, I feel kind of special, but I want to feel extra special because listen,
that's right.
When it comes down to the games, I'm happy. When it comes down to the box, I'm super happy. When it comes down to the service, I'm super duper happy, right? We got to say 100%. But when it comes to us, as core fans, though, we need the spice to be that really extra special in there. Without
let's have her back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have her back. Let's support her.
Let's support her. Let's go kick some ass.
Right. She's coming with the fire. And exactly what we wanted. And we're not here to, cage our games or whatever. We understand what the future holds. We get it, but we need some pizzazz. We need leaders that are going to put the console and its core players first and build off of that. When you build off of that, then everything else is going to speak for itself. Lou, send us up out of here, brother.
All right, guys, simple and easy. I'll start it off with me. You can find me at the Xbox International Podcast, guys. I'll post the link right now on the chat by XBAT Podcast. I'm on from Mondays to Saturdays, and Good Morning with Crazy Lou Gaming. Tomorrow will not be on because, listen, I know they want to hear me talk about this, the whole situation that's happening, but I know deep in my heart there's going to be more info coming out over the weekend. So on Monday, I'll be ready to go, and yes, we will talk about this. On that show, I get to spew my guts and have some fun, but come by, though, to XBI Podcast. That's where you can find the crazy one. I mean, I'm out there on Twitter, but I don't talk that much on Twitter, though, because all I do is look for news, and that's it. I don't use that as social media. And we have our own Discord, which you guys can get to it by the channel from XBI Podcast. But, yeah, that's where you can find the crazy one. Let me see who else is in here. Let's see. Hey, Spartan, where they can find you, sir? I think Spartan fell asleep though. It's probably hitting Halo.
Hey, you can find me Resident Gamer on Twitter, on Resident Xbox Gamer, or you can find me here on DIRREC Gaming. We do a show usually every week or every other week, typically when big news hits.
No Legal. Tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
On Xbox. I don't really care about social media spaces anymore. You can find me on the phone. The real
man, seriously,
and Resident Gamer and Lou and Spartan and Game Trader. That's where you'll find me at too. And
here.
That's it, because we here, baby. And double shout out to the Mighty Chat Pad. I saw all of y'all out here tonight. Appreciate every last one of y'all, and even newcomers. And thanks who recommended you. Thanks to you at the channel for tonight. For those that were looking for some Xbox content, we found out. YouTube recommended them to come here. And look, they're on their channels and spitting the truth. The new
man, Legal, your thing is leaving.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. You're out here trying to keep a positive outlook in these Xbox streets. The new Legal has nothing but respect for you. Just remember, y'all, keep it gaming. We're going into a new era. It's exciting to me. I can't wait to see what she has in store. I can't wait to see what Matt Booty has in store for her, because he's got a lot of experience. And I'm just hopeful to see the Xbox team and the Xbox developers get back in here and make something special with the Xbox Studio brand. I want to see some of these Xbox Studio games come out. Very excited. Remember, we come here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us gaming. Shout outs to Resident Gamer Zero, Spar 117, The Realest One, Game Trailers, Crazy Lou Gaming, and Island J Gaming. Shout outs to everybody out here that keeps DIRREC Gaming alive and well. Shout outs to everybody out there that's international and watches the show and makes us international. I don't want to see nobody out here tucking their chain, man. Dolomite, you see somebody out here tucking their chain, let us know, man. We'll go handle it. We ain't got time for these fake Xbox fans. We ain't got time for all of that. Keep it gaming. This ain't personal. I don't care about what your mom and dad or sisters and brothers look like. I don't care where you live and all that goofy stuff. I don't care where you work, how much money you make. That's goofy stuff. Keep it gaming. Listen, man, we're here to keep the gaming in the streets, and we're here to bring gaming in the streets back to gaming. We are here. This is DIRREC Gaming, New Legal signing off. Y'all stay well, stay safe, God bless, and we'll see y'all on the next flip.
Peace.